All right, and we are tuning in to locals this week. I am back on commentating. Looks like we got a decent crowd. We are starting the new league this week. So for those of you that watched over the weekend, we did have our finals for the league winners, and we actually have the winner on stream right now. But let's kick it over to them. Looks like we have 27 players here today. But yeah, we'll kick it over to the players. You do have Ben Soul, and that is not Greg. Here we go. Should be Ben Soul or Ben Jammin and Spoopy Doug. So obviously, like I said, Ben Jammin was our winner from this weekend, and they are both on Shanks. So it's going to be a Shanks mirror right now. I mean, it's interesting to see how this plays out here. So don't know much of this new setup for Shanks, but I do know that it pretty much converted to a all control build for Shanks here. So going to be interesting to see who can keep the other Shanks more in control. Those of you that are not prone to like the new spoilers, they did reveal a bunch of new the Shanks starter deck cards, which we are going to be seeing that busted 9 drop that can be a 6. What's going on, Spade? Welcome into the stream. Oh. Hey, Ben, Doug. Headphones. Oh. Got to remind them of the headphones so I can hear them. What's going on, Adam? How you doing? We got a packed house here at the Abode, Adam. Got a slide. So go ahead. So it looks like Ben's jamming is going to go first here, which could be good, could be bad. Obviously, I know typically Shanks wants a going second curve so they can drop, Rayleigh, Dragon, Shanks on curve, and that's obviously the most ideal situation here. But with the new build, typically going first is actually could be beneficial. They have started to run Building Snake again. Marco, Building Snake reducing something by 3 costs. Marco on play just popping a 3 cost or 3K or less. So I say a lot of cost since I play a lot of black. More cost reduction than attack. So it looks like he ends up finding the Zoro from the starter deck 21, which attach 2 Dawn, gain rush on KO, play out a 6,000 body there. So looks like Spoopy Doug's playing more of an aggro version of Shanks. And Ben is swinging 8K to life. Spoopy Doug takes it. Kind of shows us that Ben pretty much has no cards in hand currently. So maybe has a lot of bricks. Maybe just has a lot of top end here. But typically, you kind of at least want to establish some type of bodies here, even if it's the reduction. Hongos, Building Snakes, anything. So swinging 6, Ben's jamming, taking it. More than likely trying to find a different piece. And playing Sanji, which is a very good play, going second or first. It's going to swing for 6, and when it gets KO'd, you will be able to draw a card. So swinging 5, you do see the Shanks ability there. And then the Marco, that is the Marco we were talking about. So we'll be able to draw a card off that. So, again, more of like a control build. That's what Benjamin is playing here. And for those of you that don't know, you want to always try to swing 6 at the Shanks because the leader ability is just going to be a free, counter. It makes the swing useless there. So swinging another 6. Gives up a Lucky Roo there. Probably Dream Luffy, yep. Swinging 7 with that Dream Luffy. Ends up taking it. Dream Luffy is obviously one of the better cards coming out of the starter deck other than Mole Pistol. Mole Pistol was a very disgusting event coming out of that starter. I believe it was 21. Oh, man, I don't even remember. Adrian, thank you for the follow. Let's see. Let me pull up Eggman events. When I don't know a card, this is what I use. So I believe Ben should be at 7 Dawn. Could possibly play out a Newgate, but at this point, Newgate really wouldn't pop much other than the Nami, since it can only pop a 5,000 or less. And this is where having a Hongo established or a Building Snake would have been good. Specifically, Hongo, you could have just rested and reduced the Luffy to be able to pop off Newgate's ability there. It'll start at 21. There you go. And here comes that Hongo we were talking about. So it's reducing the Luffy down to 4K here, which he will be able to swing into it with leader, and if he decides to counter out, still has the Marco swing as well. If he decides to let it go, we'll be able to at least swing in the lead with the Marco here. And looks like Spoopy Dub is considering on protecting it here. Looks like he's doing the math. Oh, I think that was the correct thing to do. Not waste much counter. Dream Luffy is a very good card, but no need to waste a lot of the counter here early on, especially once the big bodies start to come. You want to protect what you can. 7K to leader, it will be just leader ability and still a 2K, which he looks like he is considering on pitching that Otama to be able to get out of this swing. Oh, and goes to Sanji instead of the Otama, which is good because he could use the Otama and possibly a Newgate if he does have it to be able to pop a body. However, the Marco does have the other ability when it is KO'd, you can pitch an event card and bring it back rested onto the field. So very sticky card, which is why we see a lot of people playing it again. Obviously, we did see that ace being utilized in the deck, specifically against, you know, black decks. However, this Marco more than likely does the same thing as long as you have events, but it is able to pop on the field. So you do see a 5K into the Hongo. Benz lets it go. You want to keep all those pieces off the field, specifically if you're playing control Shanks. If you leave the Hongo on the field, it can just be comboed with the Newgate, and it just goes downhill. You won't have a board. Oh, and Beckman is a way around the Marco ability. Since the Marco ability is only on KO, Ben Beckman gets around it since it does trash the card. So real good play there by Spoopy Doug, clearing Ben's board here. And looks like Ben should be at 9 Dawn currently. Possibly going to see a Rayleigh play, maybe a Dragon. But again, Ben's more on a control build, so I can see a Rayleigh coming down, reducing the Ben Beckman down by 4 or 3 to get down to 4, kind of prevent a swing next turn and pop in a Nami. Yep, and that is the exact play we do see there. Rayleigh reducing the Ben Beckman. It is currently now a 4K, so if Spoopy Doug wants to swing with this, Ben Beckman is going to have to attach at least 1 Dawn, and even then, leader ability could get it back down to a 4K if Doug doesn't attach 2 Dawn at the minimum. However, 10 Dawn, you do see Doug has his own Rayleigh in hand. If he has a 10 rush Shanks, that'd probably be the most better play, potentially. Getting that 10 rush in, be able to get 2 swings in, and you do see Optimus swing for 1 there with that Ben Beckman for 5. Oh, it looks like he was considering on doing Otama. Yep. Yep, getting that Rayleigh down to 6K. Ooh, and here you go. Doug just keeping the board under control there. So Otama -2, Rayleigh giving it the last 3K reduction to be able to get it in range to pop with the Rayleigh. So this is why I don't play Shanks. You know, I didn't think about that. So we do see ability go, and then we see 10 drop Shanks with the wanted poster. I personally like these wanted posters a lot more than the original 4 that came out. But that's me. So we do see this Shanks on the field, which now gives a 1,000 minus on all of Doug's field here. So this Rayleigh is now going to be swinging for 7. All comes down to whether Ben's can establish another 10 drop, and then that more than likely swings the game in Ben's favor. But it looks like Doug has a Dragon in hand from what I may see there. And it looks like another Otama, I think. So starts at the 5K, uses leader ability, which is good. You want to bait out that leader -1,000 ability. Yep, so we do see another Otama reducing the Shanks down to 10. Another one getting it down to 8K now. Looks like I might be opting to do a Dragon here. So Dragon is currently in 8K. We'll be able to at least swing into the Shanks and at least swing into Shanks twice currently. So this just shows here if Ben has enough counter to get out of 2 swings to protect the Shanks. If he does, this is something he's going to want to protect. Another 9K. Looks like you are going to see the Bad Manners kick course here. Trashing another card to give him +3. And gets rid of a Divine Departure. Very costly turn there. I almost wonder if it was better to just slam it all onto the Rayleigh to be able to clear the Shanks potentially. That could have been a different approach. And you could have at least held on to no, the Otama reduction would have still been good. You would just ask a lot more from Ben if you wanted to keep this 10 drop. Oof, and we do see the film Shanks. And this is where this combo is very deadly. Having the 10 rush Shanks to give -1K can essentially almost get everything in range for this Shanks here. And at this point, Doug only has the 3 Otamas on the field, facing 2 10-drop Shanks here. And we do see leader ability pop off there. Maybe a Lucky Roo. Oh, here's this Rush Zoro that he searched off the first Nami early on in the game. So he's going to swing for 7. Ben ends up taking it. And now if this... Oh, another Rush Zoro's coming in on the field. So Ben ends up taking both swings. Could be potential that he has no counter. Oh, it looks like the players both forgot that the field had a -1,000 on the field since Ben's just does have that 10K Shanks. OP9 Shanks here. So that Doug declared a 6K swing with the Zoro when in reality it was just a 5K. So looks like he ends up swinging into that Zoro and plays out a Lucky Roo. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Shanks to keep track of right now. And we do see the Rayleigh reduction here. He's going to more than likely pop the Zoro or the Lucky Roo. Lucky Roo won't be able to KO anything on Ben's side of the field, so better to just get rid of the blockers. And then here, Uta Search is going to pop off. He's able to find a Red Hair Pirates type card, so maybe another 10 Rush Shanks. Or it looks like he's grabbing Divine Departure. That's a good card to grab. We do see that Soupy Doug is having more of an aggro type build here, so best to try to get as much counter as possible. Don't really need the bodies as much since we already have a very established board. You just need to be able to survive through 2 hits is all Benz needs to get out of. 2 potential hits. I mean, he could swing big with the Otamas here. And looks like Doug is currently at 2 life right now as well. So, Kid Killer, haven't seen this card in a minute. So it is going to get a 2,000 buff. However, with the Shanks, it is going to lose 1,000 of it. So swinging 8 at life here. Decides to do leader ability and use a Divine Departure to give that extra +3K. And Doug here trying to swings 5 at life here. Ben does have the 1K to be able to protect that. So no Don up, no Don for events to potentially get out of it. Divine Departure, no Red Hawk. Again, not sure what type of events Doug is running. We've seen more of an aggro. And the Ben Beckman to trash the Lucky Roo, which is very unfortunate there. Starts off with an 8K. Doug takes it. Another 8, and then the 210 Shanks here. Ben going in and getting the win there. So Ben has been on a roll with the Shanks. Again, as I did state at the beginning of the stream, Ben was the winner of Sunday's big tournament at the Abode. Ended up winning a total of, I believe, $890 in prizing. So has been piloting the deck pretty much majority of League from what I've seen. I had the face in the last week, so I do know he's mastered the list, has made a lot of tweaks to be able to play more of an aggro, not aggro, but more of a straight control build. So just goes to show us how well he's been piloting it. Let's see here. And in Shanks, it's just going to get even crazier. Again, all I saw that was really sticking out to me was that new 9-drop Shanks to be able to play it out for the cost of 6 if your opponent has an AK body on the field, which is absolutely disgusting. You'd be able to establish that. And it also gives your leader plus 2K. So it's like a mini Whitebeard for Red Hair Pirates. Obviously, you have to meet the requirement, so that's the only thing. And 1, 2, 3. We still are waiting on 8 more pairs out that are still currently playing. Should have came out to the Abode today, Deus. Simon's here somewhere. Yeah, Johnny Tsunami here as well. Let's see how he's doing. Oh, Johnny lost round 1 to Kuma. Johnny did say if he goes X2, he will be joining me here in the commentating booth. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. What's going on, Adam? You swapped over from the YouTube over to the Twitch? And your name's in reverse, huh? Let's see. Actually, speaking of the YouTubes, I should swap it around. What's going on, though, you guys? Just chilling. What's going on, King? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Just missed round 1, or not sure if you were in here watching it. We did see Ben Jammin take round 1 here. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. I made so many different Twitter accounts, one for like my Twitch itself, and then I made another one for SGTCG, and I'm like, wait, why am I making so many? I just stuck with like my Twitch one. Oh, you're new to the TCG? Welcome in. It's a good place to watch. I do try to give play-by-play commentary, different plays that could be done. So you kind of get some insight of what can happen. Shameless plug, I do also do YouTube. I upload a bunch of commentary gameplay on SGTCG if you are trying to, see more gameplay as well. But definitely following the channel here. Every Wednesday we do stream our locals here at the Abode. So good way to kind of see, more gameplay. What was I doing here? Oh, you got a new double packed on? Let's see. Let's see if it's sick. All right. Oh, you got the Kobe Don, huh? For those of you that can't see it, I don't know. Let's see. See if I can show it onto the stream. That is gonna be the new double pack Don. We got Kobe Don. That is a cop. I'm just so upset that I'm hearing that Kobe's not as great as I would like it to be. However, I am also okay with getting whatever I can for Kobe. Let's see. Copy this. Oh, you've been cooking? There you go. I haven't been cooking. Let's see. Oh, Big Red is going to have all the alt arts. I do not have a Discord, but the Abode does have a Discord. So here, let me give you a second. This is going to be the store's local Discord. Let me see. Let's see if let's see if we get our own stuff banned here. Let's see. Let's go over to Twitch. So this is the Abode's Discord here, so you will be able to at least talk to the community. They do post when they go live as well. And we got Ryan Hartman here.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
The heart and
How's
soul
the chat doing?
of
How's everybody
Chicago.
doing? Yo,
Hey, dog, it is what it is. That's what you're known for.
I guess so. I don't know why.
How'd your round one go?
I won versus Blackbeard, so.
There you go. What you on, Lucci or GP?
No, I'm playing GP. It's nice to
Play something
not have
different.
like auto loss to Blackbeard. You know. It was still
like
close. It was a
before.
weird game. It was still kind of close, but I had double rush Luffy at the end, so.
That'll seal the deal majority of the time.
Yeah.
Especially if you're able. Did you have Sanji Pudding on the field the game?
No, I didn't. I played one Sanji Pudding, and then I used leader skill, and immediately got killed by finger pistol. So.
No stage.
Finger pistol trigger. No. I didn't have stage that game. So it was a little weird.
That's unfortunate.
How did the first stream game go?
It was good. It was a mirror match. Shanks. It was kind of. It looked like it was more in Doug's favor because Ben wasn't really establishing nothing, and then
What was
all
it?
of a
It was
sudden-
Shanks versus what?
Shanks. Shanks
Oh,
v.
okay.
Shanks. However, we did see more of the control build from Ben's over the rush build that Doug was playing, and obviously this format, control is going to do a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, I think control just in general beats the Shanks
Yeah.
rush version, right?
Yeah. So there was nothing much that he could really do there.
Yeah.
The hat is heat. The hat.
Oh, thank you, Adam.
It's all heart wears.
Yeah. Oh, I just never feel like doing my hair, I guess, before coming to local, so I just throw a hat on.
And call it a day. It's an easy way.
Yeah.
I tried, but it was just heating me up. But then again, I'm wearing a beanie. It was not the move.
Oh, no, definitely not. It's a little toasty in here today.
Oh, they don't like to crank the AC on. It's wild. Oh, yeah, GP hasn't been treating me very well so far.
No, it's a little tough to play. It's definitely not. Like, I don't think I'm that good at it still. But
Nah, I've
it's,
had multiple games, 30 cards, no pudding.
that'll happen, yeah.
Searching the
Do a lot of
Nami and the
searching, not find
Zoros,
it.
and I'm just like, what the?
Yeah, that's tough.
I just can't cut the deck very well. Can't shuffle.
Can't get the favorable half.
Okay, I saw that you beat Johnny. Yeah, I get high roll again. We do got Kuma here playing Vegapunk again. Maybe we'll see it on stream.
07 RP Law. Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of similar. You can do like crazy. Yeah, I guess because you're like cheating Dawn. Like yeah.
Yeah.
The deck it's kind of insane.
RP Law was you either see the gas off your Reiju or you're just there.
Bro, oh my god, I forgot about the Reiju in that deck, bro. Oh my god.
Imagine if we saw it with Black Maria. That would.
I'm glad we didn't have to deal with that.
Hey, dog. Well, we're gonna get to the point where now we're gonna feel whatever they decide to go through.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. OP11 with the new starter decks.
I personally think you're gonna see a lot of Black Purple Luffy. I think that's the strongest starter deck so far, in my opinion.
Yeah, that Rush Luffy is crazy. Give your leader plus 2K, so you can like.
Plus 2K.
It's gonna be crazy in green purple too. I would think it's gonna be pretty good.
No, because that's already Don minusing 2, and then you're in a leader ability to send another
Right,
2
we already
back.
got Sanji Pudding on the field, so you get back Don. Like, situationally, right?
I guess you're right. You
But
don't
even
have
just
to use
making your
leader
leader,
ability.
even if you don't even use the leader
Yeah.
skill, making your leader a
You just make
7K
yourself
versus
a
a 6K
7.
is still fine.
I guess, yeah, you could tech it in that way as well.
Teach is gonna cook. Yeah, probably.
I'm actually,
The Teach starter deck stuff actually,
yeah,
it
I was
seems
very underwhelmed in my
really.
opinion. I don't,
Dude, that 6-drop Kuzan is insane.
but when you think
Oh my
about it,
God.
on your 6-don turn, you can Liberation, you can Finger Pistol, Search, or Lafitte. Now it's just a blocker that'll play out something rested, and you can still swing into the Kuzan again. You lose out of the draw. It's maybe a one of two tops,
You think?
but
I don't know.
I don't see much
And they have
play
a
of it.
searchable Jack now for their deck. Like
That's
the 7-drop is
good.
good.
But again, I don't know. You have to have a field established. If not, that Jack's not gonna do nothing.
Yeah, I
You
don't
need-
know, dude. I kind of think that the Teach is gonna be really good.
It's gonna be
I
really
think-
good in Lucci. Very good in Lucci.
Well, I think you would still just play Jack over the 7-drop Teach. in
the only
Lucci.
thing is you can grab stuff from your trash that you mill off Lucci. Like you can grab your 10 cost
That's true.
Kuzan.
That's true, but Jack. First of all, having the increased cost up to 11 cost is really
Yeah.
good, and then also getting to like draw one trash one every turn whenever you use the effect.
Yeah.
I think makes it probably better than the 7-drop Teach, even though the 7-drop Teach has counter.
It's got counter, and the big thing is being able to grab something. So again, it comes down to whether, oh shit, you milled your 10 cost Kuzan that you really need, you can grab it. Jack can help you cycle it, but if you mill it off leader ability, you're just kind of cooked.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's just something to grab, and that's where it's good in Blackbeard too,
Done?
being able to grab the 10 drop as well.
Obeyed used my Lucci deck. It must not have went well because you just gave it back to me after round 1. So
Hey, Adam, you're definitely gonna see Teach still be in the meta. There's gonna be people cooking with
you
it.
Teach to never be meta. Nah, it definitely those starter decks. I guarantee you, it's gonna be.
The Devon is very good. You switch that out with the Shuryu 2K. I know they weren't really running it as much anyway, but it's another reduction that the deck needed.
Yeah, Adam, I agree. I think Jack is just better, but I mean, I'm happy to be proved wrong. Like, I don't know. The thing is also, like, what's it called?
Blackbeard is not leader locked.
No, it's not. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I don't know. I could be wrong about the 6 cost Kuzan. It's just I'm looking at it as more of like Blackbeard is more of like you want to utilize all your Don and do multiple things as much as you can. That just takes up an entire turn, in my opinion.
That's true, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. It seems pretty good to me, though.
Yeah. No, it's great. But in theory, it's great. Once it's there, it's kind of like, oh, shit. I'm trying to think, like,
Yeah.
you can bring Burgess back and that,
I
Kuzan
think
to
just
Burgess.
bringing Burgess back, and then it's like a rested 9K or whatever. Like, you're not swinging over it. So.
That's the best ideal play. But if it's still early on,
But I
Burgess
mean, even
is
if it's
small.
Kuzan, like you use Kuzan effect, draw another card, turn it into Burgess. Also, like
It'd have to survive. That's the thing. Because if they
Shanks was
swing
never
into
best
it,
deck. Amadeus, I'm sorry to tell you that, but yeah, yo Zent, you fuck with it?
Hartford.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to Harvard, bro. I'm a graduate. Nah, I mean that Shanks card is really cool though.
Yeah,
that new that
9/6.
9-drop is gonna be crazy against.
It's gonna be a
blue
6
purple.
cost.
It should be really good.
It is. It's gonna be able to establish that, buff yourself up, swing into the leader. All these decks are getting a plus 2K without Teach. Teach
Yeah, that's so insane. Honestly, everybody gonna be 7K leader.
Then you got the law and Beppo.
Compat blue purple by giving everybody everybody a 7K leader.
Yeah, so they don't get to at least poke for 6.
Yeah.
But you have to get there.
No, I was joking at him. No.
He was
No,
about
this
it.
is I actually got this. I don't know where my friend got it, but my friend in high school was giving this away or getting rid of it because it was like too big for him, and I was like, I'll just take it.
Hey.
So I've had this for a while. I did not graduate from Harvard. That would be. Oh, it's fine. Nobody knows.
For the battle for the One Piece? As long as the stuff says One Piece, we're good. This is fine.
Roger's gonna be insane. That leader is gonna be pretty crazy. Well, because they revealed, they like kind of revealed it, but like not really, right?
We still
They,
don't know
like,
the
fake revealed
ability,
it.
right?
They just showed like the corner where it's a 7K
Yeah.
leader.
Colors is 7K.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
they've
but we
shown.
don't
So it's
know
like
the
a half
ability.
reveal, and then I forgot it's for OP13 even, right? So it's not even for OP12. So I don't know. It seems like it'll be crazy.
It's crazy they just released that and nothing else.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, it was at Worlds.
yeah. That's true. Drop something crazy to keep you guys interested. I wonder if they're gonna reprint all this EBO1 stuff in PRB2. That's what I wonder.
Coolest color combo, red purple.
I like red purple,
I mean,
in my opinion.
it's
I don't
fine. I
really
don't really like
like.
RP Luffy.
I like
RP
RP
Law was
Luffy. That's
cool.
what I like. But red purple,
Black blue is obviously the best, bro. Like I don't know how it's not. Like that shit is actually broken.
it is, and that's why they had to nerf it a bit. They had to nerf it a lot.
Yeah, bro. I'm excited for that OP12 Kuzan leader. I
Me
hope it's
too.
good. It seems
I
pretty
picked
cool.
up a Tashigi Searcher, Aramaki blockers. I was
I
waiting
had those
for
Tashigi searchers.
it.
All right, bro. We're not talking about RP Uta, bro. And Kid, like, come on now.
Then you have Sugar.
Yo, Sugar is way cooler than Uta,
Yeah.
bro. Sugar is really cool. I think.
No, I've seen one Sugar on stream, and that dude absolutely killed it one
No,
day.
Sugar's cool.
Yeah, the dude
Uta
killed
slaps.
it. If you build it right, Uta could be pretty nasty. And now especially with the
Ramp
the
to
new
10
Shanks.
Shanks is so swag. Bro, you could do that in any of those decks, though. Like, if that's like the... It's not like that's unique to Uta.
Yeah, I was gonna say
RP does that. Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know. I like the Sugar deck. Bro, Adam's playing Red Green Odin, bro. Like, yo, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I played Adam the other 2 weeks ago. Red Green Odin versus GP Luffy. He killed me on his 8th down turn. It was insane, dude.
He
I
didn't even
died
make it
so
to
fast. I know he killed me on his 8th down turn. It was so insane. I was like, wow.
You were on 7 down. Those were 7 downs.
Yeah, it was insane, dude. Like, he opened the
nuts.
what is it? I mean, obviously, if he opened that, and I had a lot of bricks in hand because the deck has a lot of bricks, so and he just was swinging only for 7Ks the whole time. So
Yeah, no, the deck. I have a love-hate relationship with GP right now.
oh, I'm at table 1. Who am I playing?
Yeesh.
Who is that? All right, does that mean I'm on stream?
He had a bye round 1, so.
Is Harden just have a weekly segment now?
I just come on and
He just comes on when no one's there. All right, so we are gonna set up. More than yeah, just go on stream. I guess we are gonna see Hart right now on GP. Let's see who he's facing here. So let me update this for a second. I do know this guy usually plays Smoker, so let me kick it over to the players, and I will be right back while I find Hart's opponent. Alrighty, looks like we are back. So we are gonna see Yeshua versus Hart, and he is on Zoro. So personally, I know this is a very rough matchup for GP. Oh, you went X3 at TGS after that? So yeah, this matchup is very rough here. Looks like he is deciding to go second here, so they're declaring new judge here since Jordan is out currently. All right. Getting over the announcements. Try. Try it now. Okay. Yeah, that one's broken. Okay. Had to turn them up for a second. What's up, Leo? Welcome to the stream. All right. So it looks like Yeshua. We're just going to go a Yi. Looks like he is going to mulligan here. Not sure. He probably did not open with the one-cost event or the other's chopper to be able to search. If he's playing the Zero, which more than likely he is. Yeah, Adam, GP is kind of overpriced. Obviously, that being with the secret there. So we do see Hart going first here. I believe he lost a dice roll. Is going to go first with the Nami here, which isn't allow him to find a Straw Hat character. It is not locked to a color like the Zoro Joro is, so it is able to grab any Straw Hat with the exception of Nami. Cannot search herself. And we do see Zoro Joro being found. Typically, the curve that Hart would want to go is second to be able to, get a draw off second. Play Zoro Joro on your 2-don on your 4-don turn. Hopefully find Sanji Pudding going into your 6-don turn. Use the ability to play out another Zoro Joro potentially. So we do see Yeshua here. 2-don turn. Could Nami search here or Dr. Correa depending on the build. Oh, is going to do a buggy build, so haven't seen Buggy in Zoro in a while. Looks like he's grabbing a Mole Pistol. Very good card to grab in this matchup since he will help with removing Sanji Puddings when you see him. And establish Makino. So next turn we do know we are going to see the Makino buff the Buggy and get a 5k swing in here. So going to be very aggressive here on Hart. So we do see another Nami search here. More than likely digging for the Sanji and Pudding here. Again, you're going to want it specifically for next turn to potentially give yourself that buff. Also establishing double Nami here is going to be good to swing into Yeshua's board as well. Yeah, I have been hearing that. I personally haven't seen the classic Zoro build much, so it's actually very refreshing to see it, not the Zoro package here. So he's going to swing 6k to his leader, ends up taking it. Again, Zoro typically want to take the first, maybe 2 swings. Find some different pieces here. We do see a Bad Manners kick course. We also see the Magra there as well, which can buff a character on play if I'm not mistaken. So we do see 6k to leader. We do see a 2k counter there. Yep, is going to go 7k to lead with the Magra buff there. Hart does take the swing there. And the Don is going to search here. I believe it can only find a 1-cost red. So we do see the Nico Robin, which is good because if Hart is running the chopper blockers, we'll be able to KO the chopper blocker. Also good for Vegapunk with that new blocker that they got. Yeah, we do have the heart and soul of Chicago on stream here. So 5-don turn. Now we see if Hart does have Sanchin Pudding on curve here. And he does have a real wide board as well, because Makino will be able to buff that Magra, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is a 1-cost to be able to swing next turn. So played it right, keeping the Makino up. So we do see a 3k swing to the Buggy. We see double Mole Pistol in hand as well. So we do see a 5k at leader. Takes it. And Zoro Joro. So this shows us that obviously swinging with the Nami shows us already that he doesn't have Sanji Pudding, but Zoro Joro is in a dig and search and does find Sanji Pudding there. If Hart is running Luffy Taro next turn, we'll be able to Luffy Taro to the Sanji Pudding. And since he is Don minusing for the Luffy Taro, we'll be able to get a draw off Sanji Pudding as well. So looks like we see double Nico Robin there. I think double Mole Pistol, and we do see Bad Manners Kick Course, and I think that's a Sanji blocker as well. So might attempt to clear this Nami off the field just to take one of the swings away from Heart. Next turn, you are going to want to keep what you have on the field as a Zoro here, especially Makino is good for buff. However, it's usually just a one pump and dump. Crazy to say, I haven't seen this build in a minute. But I do know Yeshua used to play Zoro very heavily back in the day. So we do see a 6K swing here with the Magura, since the Zoro is giving it another 1K buff and the Makino gave it a 3. So we do see a 2K counter there. You want to stay as healthy as you can because you're going to see a lot of pressure coming from Zoro. However, it could potentially run out of gas eventually. So this upcoming turn, you are going to want to be able to get rid of both of these characters off the field. All depends whether he clears the Nami or not. He could possibly, I think he could Mole Pistol since that Magra is currently a 7. And we do see an Electric Luna out of Heart's life there. Being able to rest that Curly Dodon takes away a swing. And now it will be able to swing into this entire board here. And looks like he still has 4 Don. Could establish that blocker, I believe is what he might do here. Oh, 2 Don, maybe Mole Pistol. Oh no, that's the Rush Sanji, huh? Not the Rush Sanji, but the attach 2 rested Don, take a life, plus 2K, so we'll swing for 7. So he's deciding to go wide here. And now we do see the board clear happening here by Heart. Again, you're gonna want to take the pressure away. Going face is not the plan here at all. And potentially gonna counter. Nope, decides to let it go. And Curly Dodon, getting rid of that would also be a good idea here. Hart more than likely already knows that. For those of you that know, again, Heart and Soul, very top player here in Chicagoland area. So we do see Sanji and Pudding, does proc the leader ability there, and is going to restand 2 and send 1 back from the Sanji Pudding. And we do see the Zoro, Roronoa Zoro, which is able to rest the character and has pseudo rush since he does have 2 characters on his side of the field. So is swinging into the Sanji and will still have 1 more swing with leader if he decides to try to protect this thing. So playing it to the T. Is that Radio Knife? I thought it was Luna. Let me see. Oh yeah, that is Radio Knife. Radio Knife's a good tech. I mean, when you think about it, it is able to KO a 5 cost, rest a 6, KO up to a 5. So definitely a good way to be able to get rid of a Sanji Pudding if your opponent doesn't buff it with cost from the stage. And it's also good to take pressure off as well. Looks like he might be debating on saving the Sanji. I'm not sure. I was looking up the Radio Knife photo. Yep. Ends up protecting the Sanji, and here comes another 6K swing into it again. Does he give another Bad Manners Kick Course here again to protect this Sanji? And looks like he might be considering it. However, a lot of cards from hand to protect this one Sanji. However, looking at it, doesn't have much else to really protect it. Oof, I believe he's down to 1 card in hand now. With obviously the draw will put him at 2, but a lot of cards to protect that Sanji there. So let's see, 1 Don up on Heart side of the field as well. Not sure what other thing Hart is running, could potentially be running. If not, he could have potentially swung 7K into that Sanji and cleared it for sure. So we do see the buggy there. Looks like grabs another mole pistol. Will be able to use the mole pistol to get rid of the Sanji pudding, but he is gonna have to buff this Sanji up first to 6K. And that might be more than what he is going to try to do. You do not want to let the Sanjin pudding stick, especially if Hart is able to establish a second one. He's going to just be able to restand and get to Dawn and stay neutral for Dawn. So that's the last thing you're going to want Hart to be able to have on the field. But yeah, very rough spot here. Looks like Yeshua just hasn't been able to find much pieces here, which is very unfortunate. Not sure what other rush cards he is running in the deck. I know this looks like a more generic build. Maybe he's running the Rush Zoros, Kid Killers. It's just not seeing the pieces here. Mostly events. But again, the buggy search is searching for these events and possibly is just bottom decking all these other pieces that he could utilize. I'm good, Leo. Been good. Just hanging out, commentating at the Abode. So we might see a 6K swing at, I don't know, at this point, maybe he might just start swinging at face. Obviously, you want to get rid of the pressure, but it's just, you're in a pretty rough spot here. So is going to use the mole pistol just to reduce the Zoro down to a 2K, swinging into it with the Nico Robin. Does not get the pop ability since he did not have a character in range, in that 6K range. And now uses the Sanji ability to get 2 rested Dawn on there, takes a life, and it's now going to swing for 8K since he does have a Dawn on his leader here. Yeshua definitely using what he is able to, so swings 8K to life here. 1 Dawn, it could be a Gum Gum Giant, obviously. I don't know what I was thinking earlier. Another, looks like that might be another radio knife right there, resting the buggy. So Hart might be able to just to go for a full board swing next turn. And here Yeshua definitely contemplating whether or not to just swing 8K into life one more time. We do see the Gum Gum Giant here. What is he going to pitch? More than likely a stage. Oh, Electric Luna. Isn't a draw another 2. Gets out of that swing as well. And it does also allow Hart to find 2 other cards since he is able to cycle there. So looks like he's at 6 Dawn. 6 Dawn, looks like he's going to start to swing at the board. So 3 into the buggy. Clears the buggy. Going for Robin. And then going to swing at the Sanji once again. Completely clears Yeshua's board here. Puts him right where he wants him to. And here comes that second Sanji pudding here. So is going to use leader ability here. Send 2 back, restand 2. Sanji pudding will give him back the 2 once again. And if Hart has another Gum Gum Giant, we'll be able to counter out of a potential lethal attempt from Yeshua next turn. If he is able to find a rush card next turn. So we do see 6K to lead there. And it looks like that's exactly what he's looking for. Anything to kind of find for next turn. And we do see this 1-cost search from Hart here, which is going to look at the top 3 and finds a 2K, which is a good thing to find off of just having that event there. Leaving 3 Dawn up, and that's more than enough for 3 Gum Gum Giants. Well, yeah, just has enough Dawn for 3 Giants. Yeah, at this point, Yeshua has to have a rush card and hope that Hart is bluffing a Giant and could potentially go lethal, but not sure how many Hart has in hand as well currently, but it looks like he does have a handful. Like at least maybe 4 cards. So we are seeing the 8K to life here. If Hart has a giant, best time to use it right now. Yep, and we do see the giant pitching the Zorodro, which is a brick in hand. Is going to get out of the swing here and potentially find more counter here. We see 3, maybe a rush Zoro here. Yep. And unfortunate. So it's just going to pass it over, and Hart has more than enough here to go lethal. Hart ends up getting the win there. Yeshua did request a Nami swing right there. Oof. Oh, there we go. Got it on Hart there. Now over to me. So definitely requested a Nami swing. Wanted to go out on his own way. Hart did not allow it. But just very unfortunate, as we did see the Zoro was unable to find majority of these rush pieces that game. It just multiple events. Obviously, the buggy did help in allowing to find those. Finding the mole pistols is very good. Is what you want to see typically. However, nobody's mole pistol is not going to do much other than just a reduction. So, very unfortunate there. How you been, Leo? Let's see. But Heart and Soul is going to go into the next round there. So let's see. Still about 13 minutes left in the round. Let's see. We already have only 3 games have been completed here, at least reported so far. And more than likely we are going to see Hart come right back here to the commentator section. And we'll see if Johnny's going to be joining me full time here if he does fail this next round. Welcome back. Oh man. How'd the game go?
I was worried early because I had so many. I had 3 Gum Gum Giants in my hand, like very, very early in the game. I think I had one in my opening hand, and I drew for a turn on my second turn and drew a second, and I got one off my first couple of life, so I was worried.
Yeah.
But you know, I got the radio knife triggers.
Yeah. How many radio knives are you running in the deck?
I'm playing 3.
3?
Yeah.
How many Lunas?
3.
Ooh, that's a spicy deck list.
Chill, bro. Don't leak.
I haven't
I had to play on stream, bro, and everybody knows now.
I haven't seen a radio knife at all, but it's very good, specifically for the mirror, I would assume, right? Being able to rest and KO the Sanji Pudding.
So yeah, like on your 6th turn, you can Sanji Pudding, leader skill, then rest and pop their Sanji Pudding.
That's gas. I would have never thought of it.
And you're like pretty ahead.
Did Sam put you on?
No, I was actually already. It's funny because I was telling Joe about it the other day. I was like, yo, Joe, like, what do you think about this? And then Sam was already using it. Like, Sam was like, oh, I'm already running 2 in my deck. And I thought it was very funny.
It's a good card. I wasn't expecting it. And it also helps that it does have the rest ability.
Yeah, I mean, that actually came up really big. But, more so the first time. The second time, I think I would have been fine regardless.
Yeah.
But,
it's good to still get the board clear off.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, I still survive anyways, even if he had that on the field for an extra swing. But the first time, I think it was pretty impactful getting the rest that did on. So
very good regardless, because you also still get both cards rest as well, Luna and the radio knife. So you can at least stall or remove. So I definitely would have never thought of that.
The radio knife is only 4 or less cost, whereas the Luna is like anything. So that's funny.
Yeah, still.
Unfortunately, like both of them are kind of underwhelming against Shanks. Like like you're not really doing. I mean, Luna actually comes up against Shanks sometimes. Like if they have like
the Lucky Room, Ben Beckman.
You can rest at Ben Beckman, or if they're playing 7-cost Whitebeard, keep that rested also.
Yeah.
But overall, pretty against that. Like the most that ever really stuns is like a Marco and a Beckman.
Or Sanji if they do have it. Well, you more likely clear
but I'm
Sanji
saying like
by that point.
That's what I commonly end up seeing.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be a Marco and sometimes it ends up being all right.
So are you running Gatling still?
The zero cost event? Yeah. I'm still playing zero cost.
So I would imagine with the 6 events and those. No Gamma Knife?
No, no Gamma Knife. I do want to play it, though, but it's like a question of finding space.
Yeah, I've actually, because I was running the Brooks, I've contemplated taking him out. It's a good card, however, very slow,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I agree. It's like, it's interesting in the mirror on the 6 down turn exclusively, I think.
Yeah.
If on 6 you just slam Brook, it makes it weird for them because they don't really want to swing their Sanji Pudding, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of slows them down. So it's pretty weird. You got a vendetta against Lunas and Sam did 3. Yeah, he did that to me yesterday also. In the GP mirror, it was just 3 turns in a row. He lunated me. I was like, but he had no Sanji Pudding, so he ended up just being so neg on Don that I still was able to win.
He did that to Jesus on stream.
Oh my god.
I think he did it to him twice, back to back, and then Jesus
Bro, this
just
guy-
scooped.
High rolls Luna's unlike anybody I've ever seen.
I can never find the Lunas when I want to see it. They just never there for me. Oy. Atmos, Newgate, Ace. That's unfortunate. All right, let me see here. I'm gonna put this in studio mode so I can fix something.
Oh, what's
You guys
wrong?
could talk to Heart.
Oh, I'll move out the way.
I'm gonna try to zoom it in.
Let me swap seats temporarily. Let me know. Damn, we're in the main chair now? Shit. What's up, chat? What is he zooming in? Whoa. Yeah, I definitely high rolled a little bit with the trigger, the rest triggers, and then also, whoops. Also, I top decked that green Zoro the turn that I played it, and it came up pretty clutch. So, how much time? Oh, 13 minutes. There's a ton of time, bro. Oh, 8 minutes and 30 seconds till overtime. We love Luna. It's a little too far zoomed in now. Zoom it out a little bit.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, right? You think it's a little bit more, right?
To the left, you see the crowd.
Here, come look at it. I think it's a little too far in, unless you want it like this. See, it's like it's like cutting off like right here a little bit. I mean, it's probably fine, but like,
Oh, I don't see it at all. It's just I can't see the cards.
we love Luna, yeah. Oh yeah, Sam shows up right after we're talking about him high rolling Lunas, bro. Holy. I think that's good. That's good, James. That's good.
That works. Did you win this round?
Oh shit, I stole James' spot now. Fuck. You want here? Take your spot back. Take your spot back.
Blackbeard.
You said you went in the black beard?
I went Usopp and Blackbeard.
Oh, wow.
Well, a couple weeks ago, I started 3-0 and then I ran into Blackbeard.
All right. Fix the camera a bit so it's a little bit more zoomed in. We'll see it next game. Let's see. What's up, Sam? Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, dude, we were talking about him high rolling his fucking Lunas and he appears, bro.
Oh, he just knew. He knew to appear. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if Johnny won. Johnny said he was gonna join me if he loses again. Johnny's still playing. He's facing Lost Luggage.
I don't know who that is. Well, Johnny lost round 1 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to see if he lost round 2. Those of you that are in the Chicagoland area, again, so this is the start of the new league, which I believe goes on for 8 weeks. You are able to play for packs every week. However, weekly you earn points, and obviously the most top 10 players get prized out in whatever prizing the next set is going to be. So OP11 is going to be the prizing for the end of the league. I've seen this last prizing, first place took home 2 boxes, and I think 10 packs still out of an EBO2 box. So
Nice.
a lot of prizing to be able to get. And then you also, if you win a local or you're in your top 10, you do get a chance to get into the Winners League, which did happen this past Sunday. So dumb.
Oh, Adam, you know him? The Lost Luggage?
Lost luggage. Probably went to TGS.
What's ST? Is ST21? That's the red one?
That's the Gear 5 one.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That deck is actually annoying to play against.
If they see everything, yeah.
So, bro, it's just like unlimited rush. It's
moving
so,
all the
like that
Don.
deck and Sanji, red Sanji is so annoying to play against. Just
Everything's swinging at you.
yeah, just like
Played them
seven.
yesterday.
It's like, oh my god.
Oh, it's
bro.
because you go to Card Pop, Adam. You don't like to
Played
come
him-
to the
oh,
Abode.
he goes to Card Pop. He was at Card Pop yesterday.
Doesn't
I
like
didn't-
playing with us at the Abode.
I went to. Oh yeah, I went to Card Pop yesterday. I lost to Justin.
Did you ride with Justin too?
No, I didn't. We haven't rode together in a while because we normally just start. Like I'll just leave if I like start sucking.
Oh.
If I lose like 2 rounds, I'll just leave. So
You just
we
call
haven't
it
rode
a day.
together in a while. Yeah.
He likes to play it out.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, there you go, Adam.
Student teaching. Look at this guy.
Hey, he's trying to be like Moose.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, I haven't seen him. Oh, because he's teaching. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't
Moo-
seen him in a little bit.
Yeah, Moose has been teaching soccer or coaching soccer. So he's taking his team to nationals. Who knows?
Taking his team to
Betty's-
nationals.
No, I'm just
Oh,
joking.
I was like, whoa, dude, he's. I didn't know he was like that.
Nah,
Bro, fuck
I think
Betty.
he's
Rolled into
coaching
only
like
2 Bettys
6th
yesterday.
graders.
Bro, I lost because he hit a blocker trigger off his last life. That
That'll
was
do
pretty
it.
sad.
Betty
happens,
just
though, like-
cooks next set, but who knows what the starter deck now?
Yeah, it'll probably be a little bit different. But I would think that with a lot of 4-life leaders in the meta, that Betty would continue to be strong.
It could be. Let's see.
Jesus versus
Johnny
Teddy.
lost.
Yo, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny's gonna be on commentary the rest of the
Johnny
night.
is gonna be here. How many Katakuri? It could have been
Yo,
you,
bro.
Leo. Could have been you.
Katakuri, bro.
Yeah, there is no Katakuri here at the store currently.
Katakuri has to auto lose to fucking GP, bro.
I don't know. That's a good question. We could
Bro,
test
it
that
goes,
tomorrow,
it
Leo.
goes so wide, bro. Like, come on. Yeah, I did.
Zoro.
Zoro, yeah. Zoro. I hit 2 rest triggers to rest.
Leo,
his-
you could have been at the store today. You could have been Katak. You could have won it all, dog. You could have won it all.
But it was double radio night.
But yeah, Adam, against Betty, I play it too cautious nowadays. I don't want to swing into them. However, they still run a lot of triggers in life, but it's not as much as they used to. So I did lose a matchup because I just refused to swing at life. I was too scared. But you can't do that. Let's see.
Yeah, Johnny did this. So I played the Green Zoro, rest is 2 cost Sanji.
What you up to, Leo? You just chilling at home, chilling at the store? You working?
2 cards, 5K to 3K.
On a little break right now?
And then I swing 6K into 0 cost event.
Let's see.
So he just passes the turn with 1 card in. So good. Oh, man. Well, you lost again. What'd you lose to?
Oh,
Johnny's on tilt, bro. Holy.
that'll do it to you. So we're still waiting on Matt W.
Oh, he's playing Shanks. I don't know who Bits and Pieces is. Koala, Ivankov, Karasut. Yeah, sometimes they just flood the board, dude. Like that deck. The only thing that stinks for them is that it just depletes their entire hand a lot of the time. But the Koala at least draws them a card. Damn, bro. I thought AJ was gonna have me do a TikTok today, but he didn't even finish building it.
Looks like it's semi-built.
It's semi-done, bro, but I don't see him working on it, so. Yeah, dude.
Damn. You're playing League and trying to practice Final Fantasy? Oh, regional. You better
Final
win that
Fantasy
regional.
TCG regional. That you got to have 25 participants
Yeah.
in that one, bro. That's a locals, bro. Holy.
The Final Fantasy card game cards are actually very nice. They do have.
I haven't seen them. I've only seen the Magic Final Fantasy cards.
No, Magic's like thin, but their legitimate games got thick cardboard. Yeah.
That's like Pokemon is the ass also.
Yeah, Pokemon's a different touch.
And Lorcana is just like, ugh, dude.
I wanted to get back into Lorcana. I just never did.
I still have the 2 decks that I bought
And you never played them?
that I never played. Lorcana.
Lorcana.
Well, I
You
used
didn't
store
get
credit. I
triggers,
used
you
store
just
credit, so
played
I didn't actually buy them.
Wow.
But yeah, because they had the regional here,
Oh,
but I didn't know I had to.
damn,
I was
Adam,
just
that's
gonna go and
bad.
play side events and like learn how to play. But I didn't know I had to have a guest badge, and then I found out I had a way to get one, but I didn't even know until it was too late. So
Oh, that's so. It was like,
so
what's the
I thought I
point?
was yeah. So I couldn't go. So I have these decks. I played it like a couple times, but
It's a fun game. It's just
it's cool.
you just gotta. I don't know.
I mean, my decks are definitely outdated now. I would need to update them.
Riftbound.
Probably
yeah.
Riftbound's gonna be really cool. I'll probably play that like
Dabble
casually
in.
at some point. Yeah.
That's the League of Legends
Yeah,
game,
it's the
right?
League one.
Yeah. All right. Looks like they just reported all the games right now. Let's see who they decide to put up on stream. Union Arena was good. I bought 3 boxes of Hunter x Hunter and Bleach, and I just sold them all.
Come on, bro.
It was fun, but I just sold
I
them.
never bothered to play.
I
that.
never did a local for it though.
I never bothered to
Yeah.
learn because I heard early on that it was geared towards collectors and not competitive. So it just like I was just not even interested then.
I know with the game, there's like one of the triggers that like auto like gives like you like a fucking super buff guy, and
Yeah.
it's kind of bullshit if you can hit that early.
Yeah, you're cooking.
Are we done? Everybody's done.
Everyone's done. Just waiting for them to push the pairings.
100% trigger based. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's probably that's geared towards Justin. Yellow deck, yellow players, bro. They'll love that that game. Oh my god.
Just always the main to use my yellow trigger is like the most like. Oh, I got the 0 cost event.
Let me think about it for a while.
He's got to make sure.
Now that's the best is sit there and think for 3 minutes, then play 10 drop Big Mom.
I remember that.
That's a classic. Got to keep Justin off of real yellow decks for as long as I live. Yeah. I mean, I despise the play style of those decks. It's super cringe to me, but to each their own. I play decks that remove your guys before they get to attack. So
I'm saying it, but then next time I'm playing blue yellow Nami, I'm building it, so every time I play against blue purple Luffy, all my
they got pairings up. Oh, I'm playing
Jeez.
Kuma. I'm gonna lose to Vegapunk.
Let's go.
There we go. Let's see.
I mean, yeah,
Let's see. We have.
well, it looks like you got a new assistant today.
Looks like it. So looks like we got Johnny joining us now.
Yeah, what's up, guys? You guys got a little taste of me on Sunday.
I
in the,
spelled that so wrong.
No, I think you did. No, it's John and then Y.
I'm so
You
tired.
had the right the first time.
Oh man, we got Mr. Tsunami on commentating now.
Yeah. I mean, I won round 2, but I was so tilted from round 1, I didn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, that's me a lot of the times.
Yeah,
Now I
it's like-
just accept my fate and just come commentate.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like I drove out here and then I just get high rolled. I'm like, damn,
Hey.
this sucks.
Sometimes that's what it takes, a Vegapunk to do it.
I think it wouldn't be as bad if this is like how like the exact way I lost the Treasure Cup last week.
Oh, he did lose to Kuma, right?
Yeah, it's like basically the same thing. Atlas until having all the removal. I was like, oh,
Alright.
I guess I just lose.
I'm gonna
But
see
table
who.
1, it's Jesus and Ben, so it should be Bonnie
It
versus.
depends. AJ likes to chuck
Okay.
up other people.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go see who we want.
All right, I'll keep everyone entertained. So you guys can deal with me for now. if we go with table number 1, that is Benjamin versus Jesus, which should be Bonnie versus Shanks. But if we see another fun matchup potentially, we might just put that up there. I don't think anyone's playing Katakuri here. I haven't seen that in a while. The events list should be good against Bonnie, but I mean, if Bonnie goes, I think Bonnie goes first and does some interesting things. Like if you go Bonnie first and you can play like Smoker on 5 or whatever, it should be good. Okay. It doesn't look like we're getting Jesus versus Ben. We are getting another matchup. Looks like it's gonna be Shanks versus Anel, so we might be here for a while.
All right. All right, so we got Darth Ereticus on Enel and Matt W on Shanks. So while I update this stuff, I gotta get their users. Where are they at?
Yeah. I'm wondering how this Anel's gonna fare out, especially since the ban list. But they do have access to the new 10 cost Anel. But I feel like Shanks, depending on the Shanks list, it might be slow enough where Anel can eventually get to that state where he has all his big costs on the field. But there's no really good way for Anel to take out 10 cost Shanks anymore. So I still think.
It's all going to rely on whether he can get the bodies on the field
and then
heal enough.
Because no one's going to really pop each other's boards later on in the game because that was just too big unless Matt W is playing the pop Shanks, right? I've seen a good amount of people like our league champion, Benjamin.
That is, I have seen a lot more control builds. So I do see a pop Shanks. I also see new gates as well.
Yeah.
And if it's anything like Ben's list, potentially building snakes, Hongos.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of those.
I already see something interesting in Matt W's hand.
The Shank Searcher.
It's not even the searcher. It's like I think it's like a minus event.
Is it? It just goes to show you, I don't see that card.
That's why I'm up here. I have this wealth of random knowledge about card no one knows about. I'm like, oh yeah. Hey, can't you just search red hair?
Oh yeah, I could just search red hair.
Oh no.
It's not even a red hair. Oh, here, get out of here.
No, I think it's a different one.
I believe it was that one. Let's see what he plays. But if it's that one, it could KO 2 characters.
Yeah, I really like this. Like we have it up here, the Red Force. That I like the stage. I've seen in some lists.
Stage has been very good, especially with that. You could do Hongo and you just reduce something by 4.
Well, the thing is, I know like the control variants, you probably would want the stage because if you're playing the 7-cost Newgate, having the stage is very good just so you can, because you're not like Marco where you get the free minus every turn from lead effect. So hitting those 6 gates was hard.
That's true. And then also, if he is able to establish Yasop, giving him another minus 1,000 as well. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's no one hurts a friend of mine.
Yeah,
That's
it's a different one. I think it does like a minus 4K.
It's not popping.
Go check OP9.
Is it OP9, right?
Yeah, it should be.
No, it's nobody.
No.
Give something minus 3,000.
And if your opponent has a character with 5 or more KO power or more, draw 1 card. So
it's a very interesting card. I've never actually seen that played in a Shanks list, to be honest.
I think it's pretty decent on paper because if they play an 8K, you can minus it to 3 or 5, get the draw, and then if you have Newgate on board, you can just pop it.
Mm-hmm. So we do see the 5K swing. Is Darth gonna take this to swing here?
I think you're fine because I think that means the next turn is probably just playing like something like, and you're only gonna be able to swing like maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And you're now, you really don't care about the first 2 or 3 life.
If he's still running Gadatsu, Kuzan something. So
Okay.
Kuzan's good because it's able to remove the body, trash a card, and it's just another body for
Yeah.
it now.
And
And
if you can keep the life total at
Mhm.
this amount the whole time, you'll be able to pop. Right now, you can pop an AK
Yep,
or a cost character, and so
could be O'Reilly.
Rayleigh, Dragon. I think if Dragon comes out, there's not going to be 8 life on the field anymore.
Nope, not at all. But 6 down turn depends on what Matt W decides to do here. We do
He's
know
got-
he has the Ben
yeah.
Beckman in hand.
I see the Marco in hand, so I think just getting rid of the
X-Drake.
X-ray is a good, yeah, because
Yep.
you don't want your Lucky Roos to be rested just so they can swing into these bigger bodies or just into life.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And we do see Matt W not swinging into the NL, which is a tactic that I don't really see much anymore because a lot of people just don't know how to play into NL. But you don't want to get him down to 2 life because it will allow him to heal with Yamato.
Yeah.
And then
And
obviously you don't
especially-
want to swing when he's at 1 because he just cycles.
Yeah, I think 2 is the sweet spot now just because because the new NL and also Ace, the Ace can't rush if he's at 3 life.
Mhm.
And the NL won't be. He'll still be able to rush, but the new tank cost NL won't be able to heal.
So we did just see there, he did play the Gadatsu to KO the Marco. However, Matt W did have that event in hand, which is able to pitch it to be able to keep the Marco on the field. And then CJ decides to swing 6 into it, but he uses leader ability to keep it. So doing a very good job here, being able to keep the board and now controlling Darth Radicus here with the Ben Beckman, getting rid of the Gadatsu, which would have swung for free at the NL.
I wonder how many events Matt W is running for this Marco. I know
It's a good question. I
if
mean,
you're really banking on getting the revive effect, or it's just an incidental synergy you have with the deck.
yeah, obviously the Divine Departure, maybe the stage. We do see that.
Well, stage is a
event.
stage, not an event.
Oh, yeah,
card,
that's right.
so-
Stage don't count.
Yeah, stages are very weird because there's not really cards that are like pitch a stage or interact with stage as much.
Oof.
Up, yep.
And he's just stacking the life here, maybe waiting to get to the Yamato to 10 drop range.
If
would be
Yamato is going to be very
crazy.
scary. He can pop almost anything basically at this point.
Oh, and
all
we
the-
do see the 10K
Yeah.
ton.
This is going to be very hard to deal with. Now, with no Raigo, it's just a 12K body is just going to be on
Yeah.
the board.
And currently sitting at 9 life total, just out of range of Yamato here. Just very unfortunate there.
Looks like there's 8.
Is that a building snake? Yeah,
Yes,
building
it
snake
is.
in hand as well.
Looks like tapping 2, maybe for blocker, Sarahoshi.
Shirahoshi be a good option here. Yep.
Yep.
However, he's gonna need to start establishing bodies. If not, Matt W, if he can chain Shanks, which currently right now he has none, that's the last thing you want. However, if he establishes Yasop, would be good.
I just think the damage is done now just because there's not that much removal with.
And we
With
do
now
see this
anymore.
EBO2 Sanji
Yeah, so that's
as
EB2
well.
O2 Sanji is if you have 2 or less life, you draw 2, trash 1. So it's basically the yellow queen.
And it's a blocker as well. So just block it up here this turn. Still has an extra life.
At what point, though, do you start swinging in as a no? Just because I feel if you just keep stalling for so long, it's just going to be too late.
You talking about a Nell swinging in the Shanks?
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, it looks like it's already a little too late. All depends on what he finds in this search. Looks like there is the stage event right there. We do see a Rayleigh, which is unsearchable from the Uta. Yasop is good. Be able to buff your leader up 1.
9, I think if 9, you could just go Yasop or Lucky Roo and just.
Yep. And Lucky Roo. Lucky Roo will be able to get rid of the Sanji.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's going to make his leader 6K.
Yeah, I still agree with not swinging yet. Just got to build up a little bit more.
Yeah, Dami, it's 9 total since Yamato will check for both of your boards, so he can currently KO a 9 cost at best with Yamato, which is not enough. At this point, could KO the Yasop, which is a good choice. since you will get rid of some of his reduction.
And you can and the Yasop can reduce the Sanji's power, so you can't get the free swing in.
Mm-hmm. And another Katakuri puts the Yasop into the bottom of life, which is good because now they're at 10 life here.
Yeah, I wonder how Matt W's gonna play it, because you have to start swinging. 'Cause you're gonna force out the blockers no matter what.
At this point, if I was Darth Radicus here, potentially, oh, that's interesting. I would have said maybe counter there in case Matt W does have a rush Shanks. He's gonna swing 6 at the
I think it's
Sanji.
fine, because then he just easy counters out of the 6, and then if the 12 just
Mhm.
comes in, you Sarahoshi block.
And we do
Or
see
you
Matt
just take
W with
it.
another film Shanks. Gonna pop the Katakuri again. Yep. Now here, although you won't heal with the Yamato, it will be good to at least establish, to at least get rid of one of these big bodies.
Like, is he resting one for? Did he just have 2 staying up or one? Oh no, okay,
Yep.
his turn switch. I did not see that.
Yep. So will not heal since he's not at 1 life here. However, it's at least still clearing one of these big bodies. And if he has another Yamato and still at the same amount of life, we'll be sitting good because we do know Matt W doesn't have a lot of, top end here.
I wonder if it was worth it to attach. I'm not sure if Darth Arrakis has any events. Just to attach one and swing with the Kuzan, your leader, at the Marco. Oh wait, I forgot that Lucky Root on the board. So I think if
Yeah.
you swung at that, he would immediately just pop.
Even then, you do have leader ability reducing
Yeah.
it. So it's just a free counter. Dom missing first day of league. You could still top. It's just a matter of going
Yeah,
X1,
or you could be like
X2 every day.
me and show up at the last chance qualifier and just get in.
That is also an option.
Look at from Matt W's hand. It doesn't look like he has any more big drops. It's just more of these mid-range units, which I think it's still good. Just establishing these 6K
Besides the
attackers, because it's
buff,
gonna feel bad if you just get Yamato again.
Yasop can buff characters? That's interesting.
Up to one of your leaders gain power.
No, so
Yeah.
that Uta doesn't get the plus 1,000. Let them know that. Up to one of your leaders gains plus 1,000 until your opponent's turn. Yeah, Uta doesn't get the buff. Yeah, there you go. Just so that we correct that there for a second. Yeah, that's what I figured. For a second, I thought, I was like, I'm tripping
That'd be
here.
pretty good if it was both.
Yeah, it definitely is. So leader is a 6K currently. Uta had to touch another Don to be able to at least swing the minimum of
Yeah.
5 there.
I don't think that sequencing issue is going to matter too much in the grand scheme of Matt W's game plan. It would just be at 3 Don up compared to 2. It's not really like you can play much other than just attaching Don.
Yeah. And then now we do see Matt W starting to swing at life here. Does counter out of that Marco swing. 2 Don left, maybe swinging 7 with leader. Oh, swings 5. Blocks again with the Sanji, and then potentially Matt W will try to clear it or swing at life. Decides to clear it, which is interesting because now, again, if Darth Radix has another Yamato, we'll be able to clear it. Yep, there it goes.
Just like that.
Just able to
Now-
clear that Shanks.
I want to say the game is starting to tip in the favor of Darth Arrakis, but the only issue is there's no blockers left on the field for Darth Arrakis.
Yeah. And we do see Darth Radix starting to swing at board. So ends up blocking and protecting the Marco there, but is going to be able to KO the Kuzan, and he swings at the Uta again.
Would you swing with the Uda or at the Uda first with the Kuzan?
I think that would have been the better option. Swinging that, however, you don't want to swing at Matt W's life currently
Yeah.
because of how
You
you're
don't want to mess
sitting.
up the balance
Yeah.
currently.
Oh, it looks like we did see the camera shift a bit, which is interesting. It's okay. We could still see the life here. Yeah, but definitely swinging Kuzan first would have been better. If he would have blocked, he would have blocked. Still could have swung into the Marco and clear.
Building Snake, -3. I think, did he have a Ray lead hand?
I think no.
Or he might just try to swing in with the Yasop effect. Just
Yeah. So it is going to reduce it down to 6K currently right now. And then the Yasop swing is going to reduce it another 1K, bringing it down to 5. So it'll be a 7 into 5. Yep. Is going to just let it go. Not sure if he has any other counter cards. We have seen, CJ countering very heavily here. Trying to protect life.
Yeah, but I feel like the next life swing might be time to just take it.
Take it,
'Cause
yeah.
if you have the Anels or aces just chilling in hand, I think you at this point you want to start getting them out.
Yeah. Previously, it was just you wanted to keep the life specifically to be able to pop the shanks. But at this point, after removing all the top end, you're good.
Yeah, especially now if you haven't seen the next big drop from
Mhm.
Shanks, you're in the prime position to start putting in all your all your large bodies. But
Yeah.
especially now because we don't know how many Shanks Matt W is playing, but I don't think it's a 4 of in the control build.
Which one?
The pop Shanks.
No, typically I've seen it at a 2 of. 2 of, because you want to you also run the new gates, which is another 2 of I've seen.
Ooh, another Yamato.
So Yamato is good, which is going to be able to pop. I would say at this point, maybe Yasop
I
to
think,
get rid of that -1.
well, I mean, the Yasop's rested at this point, so you could just swing in with the other Yamato.
Yeah, but he's got 2 blockers up.
That is true.
So you want to get rid of the Yasop, I believe, just to get rid of that -1, power. And yes, you can still swing into it, but I think at this point, Matt W's just going to blocker it. Decides to get rid of the Sanji there and heals.
I think it's more annoying the Sanji or the chopper blocker at this point, just because it's 6 compared to 5. Using the whole hand for.
Which is smart, because at this point, he might be considering lethal with what he has on board.
Yeah, I can't see how much Darth Erraticus has in hand. Looks like at least 2, 3 cards from the camera.
Yeah. So he's going to start off with a 7K swing here.
Listen, now you never know what could be in that life right there.
That is true. He could have a 0-cost event at his last life and heal twice. Didn't have enough Don for double blocker. I think it was 8 Don total was what he needed there.
Yeah, I
No?
think he just swung. He attached one to Yasop, one to Marco, and then double
Then-
blocker.
Yeah. Yeah, Dom. He didn't play a Hongo. Oh, it was a building snake.
But I think that was the turn before, wasn't it?
No, I didn't see a Hongo at all. He just countered with it. No, he established a building snake. It was building snake, one to the Yasop swung, and then 5 at life, and then double blocker. And this is where, considering popping the Yasop would have been a little better, because now you do see that reduction hitting the Yamato, whereas the chopper blocker would have been something you needed to establish Don on. Oh, yeah, the timer, we didn't even throw
There's
the
a time.
timer
We have a
on.
different timer on the. There's another TV that has a different timer on it. So currently at like 17 minutes left.
There you go. There you go,
It probably
Deus,
is-
just for you.
I would say it probably is a good idea to have the timer up just in case, because this is
Mhm.
an L.
Yeah, Dom, it was building snake. That's what it was. Let's confuse you for the Hongo there for a second. Oh, that's right. YouTube, you could definitely go back and check.
That's always the plus of YouTube streams.
I know. So Matt W is still sitting at 8
Yeah.
life here.
I'm not sure what he drew for turn. Okay, looks like Darth Erraticus still has a decent amount of hand. I thought it was a lot smaller than he before.
Nah, you're good, Dom. You're good. It's always good to validate, because we do miss some calls here, so we do like people pointing out some stuff we miss. So it looks like Beji.
Base trigger.
Wow. Does the leader effect, is going to be able to use his leader to cycle out here. And leader's a good option because he's more than likely not going to want to swing with the Lucky Roux here
Yeah, I
to
think
be able
at
to
this
protect
point
his
you gotta
field here.
protect your board.
Hmm.
Oh, I might have saw that Matt W's thing about it is the card at the left hand is an event, I believe.
Oof.
Yep.
Oh, he's going to be able to draw as well and might actually swing with this Lucky Roux here
Yeah.
to clear the Yamato.
I was thinking if it was an event, he keeps it just so potentially if they swing in the Marco, you have that event left to get the effect.
Yeah. Yeah, he is going to go. Matt W is sitting at 8 life, so he's definitely in a position to be able to swing all the Dawn on the Lucky Roux here. And Darth Erratic is considering on protecting the Yamato there.
Was that
It was a
10
10K into 5.
5? That's 3 cards at least. I think you just need to have everything to protect yourself.
Yeah. 1 card in hand. At best, you could for sure clear 2 of these bodies this turn.
I mean, it also shows that Matt W is running out of like resources at 1 card, so
Yes, however, he does have 8 resources sitting in life when
yeah,
Darth
I mean, that
starts
is
swinging.
true.
And we did see already 2 Katakuris get popped, and I believe this is the 3rd Yamato he's played, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe he played 3. The event is Nobody Hurts a Friend. It's a Shanks 2-cost event that reduces something by 3k power, and if there's still a character with 5k on your opponent's board, you also get to draw.
So, Darth, CJ attempted to swing in the Lucky Roux, forgot about Shanks' leader ability. So, is going to swing 9 into the Lucky Roux. Interesting choice there. But we do know he does have the, does have the 10 drop NL here.
Oh, the nice alt art. That art looks so cool.
So it does have 5 in hand, so he will heal every time he pitches a card. And I believe here, at least swinging into the Yasop is going to be the option to do here. However, it's risky because now if Matt W decides to slam it all on one of these, he is going to be able to, lose hand control very quickly.
Yeah, that's the only downside of that now. You can continuously heal, but you just keep depleting your hand size, so you have your leader ability and that going off every turn, you're going to have no cards.
So the Enel is only going to be able to heal when he's at 1 life here.
Yes.
So here is the new gate here.
That's
And passes here, so if Darth has his last Yamato here, could pop the new gate, which is going to be the
another
most ideal
Katakuri
thing.
as well. Can get rid of it.
Oh yeah,
go
another
up to 9
Katakuri.
life.
Another Katakuri would definitely do it. Maybe he's got Rush Ace here.
But the ace would not get, the heal would be nice, but you would not get the rush.
Yeah, but at this point he needs some heals. I would imagine.
Yeah, you need.
It'd be nice to get some heals. Maybe he decides to start swinging at life because he's got nothing else to do. But that's what Matt W wants him to do. At
He
this
spreads
point.
down 8-2. Could be. Oh.
Oh, this is the best thing he could have did.
What did he give the banish to?
To leader, I believe, is what he declared. So which is going to be good because he's going to swing 9.
Yeah.
Banish.
Ooh,
Oh,
another
a pop
pop
Shanks.
That's the perfect card to get rid of.
Definitely. And we do see the Kuzan hitting the field. Do you think it was... What do you think? You think he should have just held on to the Kuzan for another pitch card for the NL?
I think he realizes that he's at 7 life. He needs as many bodies on the board as possible to just be able to keep chipping away. Because if you're just doing this where you're just going Anel and Yamato every turn, that's like 2-3 turns you have to keep them around and swings to go through to get them down.
And we do see a Ben Beckman hit the field here. He meant to show him up. So he's going to give Banish again and probably go at lead one more time for a big swing here.
That could just be mind games. He's just showing them like, oh, I got the 2K.
He's got a 2K, yeah. Swinging 8K at life, and we do see another life go. And I wonder if he's got another Onami in hand for next turn.
Is the Sarahoshi only on KO by effects, or is it just removed by field for the heal?
KO effects.
Okay, so you can backman to get rid of that blocker.
Yeah, you definitely can. And we do see CJ finally starting to swing at life here. Swings with the Yamato, which is very interesting because now Matt W is more than likely going to swing into this Yamato here to clear it. But maybe that's what you want to do, to have him turn his board sideways here.
But he doesn't really look like he has many reduction, and he has,
No, he's got a departure.
but that's not going to hit Yamato unless you have some other.
No, but he does backbend the Shirahoshi there.
Yeah, but like I just mentioned, just trashing Sarahoshi, no heal. But it feels
And-
bad though, using backman on a 2-cost blocker.
It does, but it also is something that needs to be done. You don't want to give him that heal or free block at that point.
I'm surprised you didn't later swing at the Nami.
Yeah, that was something I would have probably cleared off the board there.
Because it shows that Darth Brackets is willing to attach the Don at this point in the game. Because if you just keep, how much is Nami base? Is it 3K?
He's got a 0 cost, a Frankie, and I'm not sure what that other one is. But I will say Matt W is playing this to a T, not swinging into the, Enel leader, because the moment he turns sideways, Erraticus just swings his entire field into his and then takes away his lethal.
Yeah.
So
Darth Brackets seemed like he also had, he never got really, his hand never got really bricked from
Yeah.
just a bunch of the top end. He was able to just consistently cycle and or get out of his top end without really being too much trouble.
and we do see him swinging at life, which is interesting. Oh,
Oh, yeah, but I
that's
think
why
he
he's
realizes
swinging that way.
if he needs to end this game on next turn, or he might just be over.
Yeah. So at best, he needs the craziest triggers out of life here to be able to get there. So sitting at 2 life, both players here. If Matt W drew a Rush Shanks, it probably gives him a good option. We do know that he does have a Frankie in hand that he accidentally showed, so that is a 2K counter. However, currently sitting at 2 in hand, we know he's got the 0 cost and the Frankie, so.
Oh, my. The
Veggie.
base trigger.
Veggie onto the new gate is probably the best option
Yeah.
here. Getting rid of the biggest swing here.
There's
Yep.
still potential if he took a lot of life. There might be a rush character in hand. from
There
Matt
is
W.
that is a possibility. No, it's just a Beckman and a couple other things there. So
Guess it makes sense because this is the control version. You're not running as running rush,
Yeah.
even if you might not even have that much any rush characters at all.
Yeah. So still has 1 life and in the cycle of life, and then it also comes down to what trigger is in life as well.
I mean, there's 2 chances still. There's 2,
There is.
and he's shown to be pretty favorable right now in the past few triggers.
Yeah. Matt W currently has 3 swings at best, since we know he doesn't have a rush card here.
But he's no Don use at all. But he needs all 3 to go through. And that's the
why you
scary
do see him
part.
starting to split out the swings there to try to get the best swing as possible here. 8K is a good number, since we do know he only has a 0 cost event, so this is going to be a take here. So we do see it. Does he have a trigger here?
Staring at it. What could it possibly be?
Enel, so is going to trash the Enel there. Now, what's he thinking about?
I'm not really sure. 'Cause
I believe the Enel pitch is going to be the better option, since he does have the field. Hold on to that 0 cost event and the Frankie. So now it is going to come down to this 1 swing here. And, well, come down to the trigger at best.
Yeah, I mean,
and
also if there's a 2K in life, that might be enough.
Yeah.
To,
that is true. Or even if it's a brick,
yeah.
it just needs that end.
So 9K
1,
and
2,
then
3.
11.
It's going to be an 11K last swing. 11K. Did you
Zero
see the zero
cost.
cost?
And,
Just barely
just
misses
barely.
it.
That was a
That was
very.
that was
I
a
don't even know how
grind.
to put it. Yeah, it was a very grindy game.
Yeah. That was very close there. It definitely just came down to whether what was the last trigger there. Was there going to be another Veggie to stun the leader? Zero cost event. Yeah.
Yeah, it went back and forth. I did not. I thought those shanks came out, the 10 cost pop shanks, and I thought those would be sticking for the rest of the game.
I thought so too. That's where it's like I know you don't want to swing into NL and get it down to 1 life, but you don't want to leave it at
Yeah.
2 with your 8 life.
The shanks.
Shanks got it.
No. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was there was 10 life on the board, so he could Yamato
let's
pop
see.
shanks.
Oh, and you're still undefeated, right? So.
That's
So-
that's for me. He did it for me.
We did see Jay lose this round, so he was the other undefeated. What's Jesus playing? Blackbeard? So it's going to be Blackbeard, Shanks, or GP Luffy going. So there's still 3
So
undefeateds
potentially
currently.
2 more rounds, depending on the down pair next round. So what'd you play against this round? Oh yeah, you
You're
played
good.
Vegapunk?
Yeah, I definitely believe swinging into those bigger bodies would have made a bigger difference, especially with him lower in hand there, definitely. Marco just swinging for 6 makes a big difference, for
Yeah.
sure.
It was interesting.
Yeah, we'll get
depends.
Jesus up there. Well, who's Jesus facing?
Uh,
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Hey, Ryan. Well, I'll ask AJ. I'm going to ask AJ.
yeah, potentially we might have Shanks versus GP Luffy or Blackbeard versus I'm not sure what else there would be. So, interesting to see the Shanks versus GP matchup just because I know it is, I think, unfavorable for GP Luffy, especially if they're playing the control version. Just trying to see. It's looking like we are gonna get Blackbeard versus something.
Go to studio mode. On the right. Hit me.
Okay, looks like we are getting Jesus and like what do you not want to see? I mean, I think so. What do you not want to see? Yeah, okay. So it looks like we're getting Zoro, right?
Yeah,
Zoro versus Blackbeard, or is Jesus on Bonnie?
It's Teach.
Okay.
It's going to be Zoro versus Teach this game. Let's
That
see.
just doesn't sound fun for the Teach, I think.
It depends. So we do know that Yeshua is on the old school style of Zoro.
the
So
Makino,
yeah,
the Don.
Buggy's searching for
I feel like then you're at a disadvantage at that point just because.
potentially. It depends on how often Jesus decides to
Leader effect.
because it's very risky, especially with how aggressive the Zoro can be. But it also comes down to whether they see their pieces. Because last game they did not. But yeah, if he sees Doc Q, he will be able to remove a lot of the field
Depends how
here.
many Doc Qs he's playing. I know, like you said before, you previously cut down on Doc Qs in the deck.
I have, but nowadays it's one of those. Actually, I ran Doc Q at a 3 of, so I was still more at a higher list of Doc Qs. It's because a lot of people are playing the casino build.
Yeah, I hate that casino build. I hate whenever I see that 6 cost event. I'm like, this is so dumb.
Yeah. Looks like Yeshua decided to go second, so is going to take the curve away from Jesus here. There is no Uta undefeated here
Do
at
you
the
guys
Abode
hear
right
us?
here.
Okay, just doing a double check.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's as much as we can go. Jesus just talking a little quiet.
I would imagine you would just like mouth the words and not even say anything. Your opponent's just like, what are you saying?
Yeah. Hart is currently undefeated, yes. So Hart is facing a Shanks currently, so they're the other undefeated pair. Here,
And
Jesus
is
is
undefeated, and then
undefeated.
Joshua is X1.
Yes, so if Jesus loses here, that is going to be the end of locals here. If he wins, we will see another round, though. However, we are seeing stage here, so stage search is good. Maybe Lafitte search for a draw? Search?
I think also just
Kuzan?
to pull off the aggro aggression from life.
Yeah. In case he doesn't like it, though. What's up, Jordan?
The buggy.
Grime ads.
Get the mole pistol, which I'm not sure how useful this is in this matchup. Maybe later in the game, you can put the teach to 7K, so it's a little harder to block with him.
That's definitely going to be the best time is to get rid of that teach for sure. It gets it down in range, or to get, that Burgess in range for a
Yeah.
swing as well.
That's the only problem I feel like if you do that to the Burgess, if they just have a Kuzan or something, yep, I'm just bringing it back out.
Yeah. So we do see Jesus does have the Kuzan there. However, probably Lafitte is the best option like he is doing here.
I mean, he's only on 3, so he can't really do the Kuzan. I think just get,
Yeah.
probably get,
My era, start building up the
yeah.
trash. Yep. And dig another 3 deep as well. You still have this stage as well, but my era is going to be the best thing here, I believe.
a Shiryu would be a pretty good draw off this. Oh,
All you get is a
almost
10 drop.
whiffed.
Almost. That VV blocker is another thing that I have seen. I have contemplated testing it out. One drop, you do get to trash 10 cards very easily in the deck. So
Yeah, but I feel like one of those other, like that casino build as well, where just basically only relying on that to come out of life. I don't think I see really many scenarios you'd be playing that card out of hand for the blocker, just because once you get to 10, you're just going to be spamming the 10 drop.
it's more or less before you get to 10, because it's not the trigger VV. It's the one you have to actually play one cost
it's not
for.
that one.
So it's
Okay.
not a blocker unless you have 10
in
cards in trash. Yeah, so it's definitely more for.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't play black at all,
Yeah.
so I have no idea what half the
I did
cards
play
do.
Blackbeard a lot. Sometimes you just have those extra dons, so it's very useful to be able to utilize that VV blocker for sure.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
How
so
much does that Viva cost to play? Is it
VV
2?
is a 1
One
cost.
cost. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I think the other one's a 3 cost. Then,
Yeah,
so
the
that
other
makes
one
a
is.
lot more.
So we do see Jesus here countering all of these cards, and oof. So I did see Jesus pitch a Shiryu, which is interesting. However, he does have access to Kuzan next turn to grab it from the trash and gain a card, filter it out. That Robin just pops the Lafitte, which is
Yeah.
very unfortunate there.
It is. It's kind of scary if you can't really get rid of anything. You could potentially have 4 or 5 swings coming out.
So we do see he attempted to swing into the buggy, and Yeshua definitely just protected it there with bad manners, kick course. And we do see Jesus establishing the Kuzan and bringing out the Shiryu. More than likely going to choose the buggy there.
Yeah, the buggy is a more immediate threat, highest base power on the field.
Yep, buggy is definitely the best option to get rid of there.
At what point do you start turning off the on play just because it's an aggro deck and I feel like you need every card as possible to defend?
It depends. So I haven't faced the OG Zoro build as Teach. I've really just faced the Zero build. And even then, I don't mind letting them pop off the chopper because if I find the Shiryu, I'm going to pop the chopper, swing into the
Oh,
rested. So I want to
Jordan,
bait it out.
I think he didn't trash the Meyer for the lead effect. I think in the search
He did
for
stage search. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Joshua's at 6 or 7.
He's 6 on.
I don't
He went
believe
second here.
he pitched for effect.
Oh, I wasn't looking, Jordan.
I know one of my errors saw another my error and the 10 cost, and that was it. So he had to take the 10 cost.
No, he's talking about the error that he pitched at the end of last turn after playing out the Kuzan. 4 stage search. I didn't see what he grabbed.
I think at this point, yeah, it might just be start swinging fives.
Yep, and that's exactly what he's going to do here. Jesus still sitting at a decent amount of life. Maybe he's going to trigger a finger pistol. Maybe not.
So it looks like Zeus has another not finger pistol, the Shiryu's in hand.
Yeah, it's just not the Shiryu you want.
No, I think he has the other one as well.
Does he? He's really missing a Doc Q here. If he can find a Doc Q, he'd be sitting really good here.
Or maybe it's not. It's so hard to.
Ooh, Liberation. Liberation will pop off right here, being able to at least get rid of the...
2 active ones.
Yep.
And then you swing into the rested.
Mm-hmm. Isn't a swing 5 into the Nami. Clears it. Swings 5 into life. Again, does have Liberation, which is able to clear 2 characters off the field. The Don and the Nami are going to be the ones to get rid of.
Pitching the Liberation.
Oh, he pitches it instead.
Maybe just need something more counter or just more cards to pitch.
Potentially. Maybe Liberation was still a good choice as well. Get rid of the pressure. Not sure if he has a Shiryu in the trash.
I think he just has the 2K counter, one in the trash.
Oh, yeah, he does have it in hand, so he might turn off on plays right here. Yep, so he's going to pitch that. Probably getting rid of the Don here. We do see the Burgess in hand as well. 2 Don, maybe I don't think he has Lafitte.
The problem is, yeah, it's not like the animal version where there's so many small bodies that are very easily taken out from a variety of cards.
Yeah. I do like this play from Jesus, though, the Kuzan instead of the Liberation, because you still clear one of the bodies.
And you
Nico
get the
Robin,
cycle.
yeah, cycle. You could establish another body for this turn to be able to swing into both of these characters if Yeshua decides to swing with them.
Yeah, it also makes sense too because both of these heroes are 7K bodies that you feel there's going to be no immediate threat of being taken out.
Yeah.
Even if they have a Mo pistol, they still have to get one of their Namis or Robin up to 6 if they want to do the pop.
And we do see a 5K to life here. Pitches the Augur and another 5 with the Nico Robin. Probably a take here and then take leader swing. Yep. So he decides to pitch the Burgess there to get out of there. Oh, he's trying to stay healthy altogether.
I think Zoro or something's coming out. Yeah. You see the 3 left, most likely another swing's coming.
Oh, and then there is that VV blocker that I was talking about earlier. 9 Don, not quite at the teach turn. Could establish that blocker to at least, protect himself for a swing here.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense if you're going first.
He does decide to pitch it.
Maybe not. Maybe just trying to look for more removal.
Probably going to try to establish Burgess this turn.
Another Kuzan.
Yeah, which he still will be able to play out the Burgess because he does have one in trash. So could do Kuzan, bring out the Burgess, finger pistol the Zoro, and clear the 2 bodies off the field here.
I think I also saw there's a finger pistol in hand, so it might just try to bait out some counter and just finger pistol, remove it, and then play the lock. Or no, they pitch the blocker.
Yep. That's exactly what he was going to do here. Finger pistol that Zoro
Is
there.
he 4 left then? I think he
He's got
does.
5. Yeah, he was on his
Okay.
9 Dawn turn, so it is going to have enough to establish the Kuzan to Burgess here. And the Burgess is going to be sitting pretty good here.
I was say, was there a thought to just leave the Kuzan there for a turn?
No, at this point, Burgess can't be KO'd, so it's good to establish it now. So next turn it could swing into whatever characters Yeshua does establish. Burgess is already a 9K.
No, okay.
So
Yeah,
Jesus opts to not pitch there. Does have finger pistol, which would have been the thing to pitch just because you want to hold on to the 2Ks. But at best, maybe Yeshua could establish a dragon here to get the 2 rested down on the leader. Swing big.
I think it's a smart idea leaving your, or not using the effect because you're at 2. There's always Kid and Killer coming out for 8.
Yeah.
And you just need as much counter as possible just because he's at, that's what's at 10. He theoretically could go like something like 7, 8, 8.
Yeah,
And it
that
could've been
is
enough
that
to
is
take
always
the
an
game.
option. And as Teach, you don't really run a lot of 2Ks. It's at best stronger and those Shiryus.
But it looks like he does have 2.
He's got 2 strongers in hand currently, so he's got a total of 4K counter. And then it depends if he can find a 10 cost Teach for next turn as well. Be able to at least stun the board, have a
I know
blocker.
he drew one earlier. I think
He
then
pitched it.
it.
So we do see the 9K, and here comes that VV blocker once again. So is going to start searching here. So if he would have pitched the on plays, would have skewed his turn a bit, but having on plays is looking for counter cards. Finding that Rad Beam is very good here.
This could be very scary though for Haley. He's got the big board. If he gets like a few straw hats out and is able to get to 0, there's always the threat of Jambe or the other Sanji.
Oh, yeah. And there you go. He's deciding to go wide here just so that next turn could go lethal at Jesus.
Yeah, especially if you have any rush cards in hand. And we see Jesus is at 5 in hand.
Mm-hmm. So we do know he does not have a Teach. There's, I believe, 2 in the trash, if I'm not mistaken. 1 at best for sure. Does have Finger Pistol. Could remove the Sanji, which is the one to remove that's currently on the field. Maybe pitch to try to find a 10 drop, but
Or try to find like a Vasco shot if he still has any in deck. I think he pitched one earlier for a stage or effect. Any type of blocker.
yeah.
Or he does have Kuzan. If there is a Vasco shot in trash, you can just like finger pistol, Kuzan, bring back the blocker, and get another draw.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a Vasco shot, though. So Yeshua trying to see how much counter is currently sitting in the trash. And again, Teach doesn't really run that much counter, so it's a little risky here. 2 down up. You can't go lethal because, we do know he has a Rad Beam there. Finger pistoling the Sanji was the correct answer
10
there.
Cost and a 2K.
10 cost would have been good, at least to stun the Sanji, but that would have pretty much took the turn. Still has 3 potential swings. So yeah, playing 10 drop is not the move currently, or wasn't the move for the turn, to be honest.
Stage history.
Might be contemplating the Kuzan there.
Liberation. I don't know if he has enough Don.
No, well, Liberation wouldn't work since he's
yeah.
above,
He's above.
him, so
I would say I very rarely see that card actually be used.
yeah. He does have the VV blocker, so might actually attempt to establish the VV blocker here.
This all just depends on the event.
Oh, Bad Manners kick course out of life is going to reduce the leader here by 3,000. So if he does
I
want
think he
to
did on
swing,
the other Shiryu.
he changed the leader
Oh.
here. Yeah. So he's going to swing 5 once again. Jesus is sitting on 4 Dawn. He does only need the 1 Dawn for the VV. So he might potentially just attach the 3 Dawn and swing another 5 at life.
It's currently at 10K. The only scary thing is I think I did see in Yashua's hand is the mole pistol.
Yeah, he does have the mill pistol. So Yeshua does take the 5K. Looking for different cards here to find. Yep, there goes. Attach the 5. Isn't more than likely going to counter this one. Yep. And 10K, or might just wait it out in case he might have a Goldie Roger. So establishing that VV to buy yourself at least one swing is an option.
Roger, anytime we face a red eye, it's always that potential. It's like, do they just run the random one of Roger? It's always very scary having to put a red deck down to 0.
Oh, yeah. So let's see if the other pairings are still. And looks like Matt W beat Hart.
So if Jesus ends up pulling his out, we will have one more round.
Yeah, however, Jesus is in a pretty rough spot currently. Deciding whether to swing the Burgess here or just establishing the VV blocker and passing turn. And Mo Pistol costs how much? 4 Dawn?
Yeah. So you would need to attach one to the lead and attach to the buggy. So he'd be at 7 left and 4 for the mulligan, then have 3 left.
Yep, is going to go 11 life.
I think you need to just get like some of those rad beams out now, or he's just going to take it.
Yep. And this is where one blocker here.
Any rush character would be very good. Oh, and I think I just top decked a Machina, which could be very scary. Just because it puts him up, easily can put up enough power to be able to clear out.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Roger wouldn't matter. I'm so used to the fucking Zero build, the original one. So, I mean, unless he's got Kid Killers. Kid Killers would definitely seal the deal here.
Would it?
Potentially. So he took the on-plays away from Jesus here. We do see a Diable Jambe in hand. One blocker on the field for Jesus. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to map it out, going with what he has.
I think we saw 3 finger pistols already, but there's potential that that last life could be it.
There is. 7 at life. Probably the VV blocker.
Yeah, at this point, you don't know what you can do with that 6 down. It could be removal or it could be anything.
VV blocker.
Eventually you could get out of the Bergson with the red beans, but you'd rather just have them used up so you don't. So next turn you can clearly win.
Yeah, because if he takes life here, all it's going to take is one Diable Jambe on leader to just guarantee lethal here. Just all depends whether he pitches the 2 cards for this or gives up the VV blocker.
I think this is the right decision. But like I said, there's that Machina he just drew, which can buff up the Magura to...
If he did have the Machina, could have buffed the Magura, and could have put a lot more pressure on Jesus here, and had better lethal.
I think he does have the Machina. I think that was the draw for turn. Or
no, he pitched it for counter, unless he's got another one in hand.
So we're at 6 left, or he's paying 1.
Oh, there is another one. Swinging 8 at life. Here comes the 2-2Ks to get out of that swing.
Does he have the Rush Zoro then? Does he
So yeah, if it comes
have
down to Zoro,
the Zoro?
all comes down to what rush card he does have.
Oh,
Oh, no Zoro. So we are going to be going on to another game
round
here.
5.
If he had another Makino, double Makino would have went crazy right there.
Yeah, what did he pitch that Makino for? Just
I think he countered. I think he definitely countered out of something there. I forgot what though.
That's interesting. If you had 2 rad beams and the 0 cost in hand.
Yeah. Oh, he pitched it for a 5K swing.
Okay.
There you go. That's what it was. Yeah, Makino would have been definitely better buffing up that Magra all the way up and then slapping it all on leader. I wonder what his last life was, though. I really do wonder.
Yeah. If it was at 2K, that would seal the deal anyways.
Yeah.
But it looks like that's the end of round 4.
Yep, end of round 4, and we are going to see Shanks be coming up to the finals. It's going to be Shanks versus Teach. Hart did lose against it. GP is kind of it's kind of rough for GP when you're facing like a control Shanks, which we did see Matt W.
Yeah. Now,
piloting.
I think the inverse is going to be happening for this matchup. The control Shank seems like it's going to be very tough against Blackbeard.
It usually it's more in favor for Teach there.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just
However, I haven't seen it this set, and I am very interested to see it.
yeah, the only reason is because these control Shanks don't run very many rush cards, and if you're not playing your on plays, remove his board. It feels tough.
Yeah. Are we cleaning the headsets before the final? It's on AJ. That's a 1K. Yeah, at that point it was kind of better to hold on to that Makino there. But you never know. I mean, who knows?
Jordan's doing all this yapping, but he's not here, so
Jordan's in Florida. Jordan's getting his tan on right now. Control Shanks does mess up GP.
I
It's
was wondering
not a good time.
He'd probably be asking me if I want to ride to this event today.
Oh. He said he's never been to Sully's Abode. Oh, you're right. You know, we just have a Jordan here that's skewing points. You're not sure who Johnny Tsunami is? Well, you're looking at the Tsunami right now. He's about to cause one on stream here. Jesus. How close were you to winning?
I didn't draw Zoro or Sanji Puddings to like.
It was one of those games?
Yeah, I had 6 down, 8 down turn. I just went rush Luffy. It was pretty bad.
God damn.
And then I had to go for lethal. 2 Dons active. 2 Dons. I got the swing 6. He only had 1K in hand, but then he got a 2K off.
So it's close.
It almost actually worked, but like,
That's wild. Well, here, I gotta go to the bathroom. Here, Hart, you could take my spot.
How are we Zoro losing to Blackbeard? What's going on?
Yashua's playing the old build, so he just basically only had like 1 drops on the field.
Did he get Liberation?
No. But he was able to chain or had multiple Shiryus to just pop the board.
Oh, he's playing Shiryu? Dude, what the? Who the hell's playing Shiryu?
In Blackbeard?
In this format? Yeah. What is it good
Blackbeard.
against besides that?
I don't know.
No, it's not. What plays 3 costs? Nothing, bro. It's nothing, bro. That's insane. Well, GG's. He came.
Shiryu is a 2K.
no,
but
there's a different
there's 2
Shiryu.
different
There's a
Shiryus.
Shiryu that pops on or activate main on the turn that it's played, it can pop a 3 cost or less.
Bro, why did that
Original
card,
cost though, so you can't even reduce anything into
bro,
that
why did that
threshold.
card have to say plus 2K on your opponent's turn? It makes no sense.
Bro, they love giving Blackbeard good stuff. Who's the guy with the Bulls hat? I don't know. I'm new here.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's Bulls hat. You know we have activate main on playing cards. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Jordan, why are you dodging today, bro? What's good?
True. You'd always behave my lines. Say, yo, you going to Sully today? You want to ride?
Oh, really? Damn, bro, he never offered me a ride.
We're like that.
That's Jordan. Yeah, yeah.
So what'd you have to play today?
What have my matchups been?
Yeah.
Blackbeard, then Zoro, Vegapunk, and then just now I played Shanks.
So how does the green purple matchup into Blackbeard? How's that even go?
You're favored. It's not that you can lose it. It's I don't know. I've lost it more than I thought that I initially would. Maybe it just means I'm bad at the deck, but like. Because you naturally want to go wide with Sanji putting in Zoro Juros, but then that plays into Liberation. So like the alternative is like you just go like maybe like Rush Luffy on 6 instead.
Is Liberation original cost?
It's original cost, so it hits the Sanji pudding and the Zoro Juro. So it
It doesn't also hit the Luffy too at 6K or 6 cost, right?
it does hit the Luffy also. So it's a little annoying. A lot of the time, what happens is like they'll finger pistol my Zoro Juro on 4, and then it's like I go Sanji putting Zoro Juro, and then they KO one of those, and like so I don't know. They're able to deal with at least like 1 unit per turn, and then if you end up going too wide, then you get punished by Liberation. So it's a little bit trickier than it seems. But I don't know. Rush Luffy is really good in that matchup. You get to swing twice with it, so.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of times it also teaches just swinging like 5K pokes at you. So
Yeah,
just having your lead
as long as they
effect.
don't have Burgesses on the field, where if then like yeah, but and you're also able to just like if you're going wide enough, then they have to choose between establishing Burgesses or KOing your board. So yeah, so you have that going for you.
Is there
What
any
did,
spicy text in your version of the deck?
In my what?
In your version of the deck?
No, just the radio knife, which they saw, but like no spite. No, well they saw the radio knife earlier, but it clearly doesn't work because I still lose to Shanks.
Yeah, because I think I had to slap it, like putting the Pedro in. I was like, this card is actually so busted, especially against your deck.
Yeah,
Where it's just, oh yeah, let me just pop your Rush Luffy for free if you don't have stage.
it's pretty annoying. Yeah.
Are you gonna be playing this deck into 11, or are you gonna?
I don't
swap
know.
it up?
I have to see, because it seems more. It's more fun. It's like it's fun to play. It seems more fun to play than the blue purple.
But it's like if I want to win, I might
Yeah,
as well
if I'm
just
gonna like,
play that.
I don't know. I never practiced the stuff ahead of time, so I don't know how that matchup goes. I'm assuming it's not great for green purple, just because they start playing 9 moms and stuff, and just like swinging over your stuff. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you can rush them down before they can start establishing stuff and put a lot of pressure on them early and force them to use giants or something. But
Yeah, but I know they play the what's it called, the God Thread. So even if you put Sanji put in, you're like they just pop it immediately.
yeah, so I don't know. I'd have to see how that matchup is, but I don't know. I don't really know what I'm playing. I'm playing an OP 11. Like the Snake Man, like the thing is that leader when it first got revealed and I was seeing, it seemed really cool. Like the effect obviously is really cool. You get to draw twice
Yeah,
basically
but
instead
then,
of your
like,
draws.
The play pattern after you start seeing
The
it,
play
just
style
like,
is
alright,
just, like,
I'm just gonna go
so-
Sanji 9 mom Sanji Katakuri every turn.
It's like wow,
alright.
that's super powerful, but it's like super boring, right? So I
It's
don't know.
like it's just like praying. You see your like 3 ram cards immediately, especially if you play
Yeah.
the mirror or something.
Yeah, that mirror seems, I don't know, interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems pretty boring.
You know what deck's actually fun and interesting?
Hmm.
The purple Katakuri deck.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it seemed all right when it first got revealed, but
It's pretty decent. I think a lot of these decks would be a lot better if blue purple just wasn't a thing. Like the rest of the decks in that set.
Yeah, I think the starter decks are gonna change stuff up enough to where it's not it's not as dominant.
And then especially that
seems
Shanks one.
Like Blackbeard seems super viable to me now after those reveals. So
Yeah.
like,
I don't. James was saying he wasn't liking the cards.
I
so-
disagree with what he was saying though. Like he was saying he didn't think that they were like he doesn't think that the 6-cost Kuzan is that good.
I think it's good, but like I don't play deck, so I really can't
Yeah.
like justify it. But I think we all can tell that that Shanks card is like stupidly busted for like no reason.
That card is great. That's gonna be really good into blue purple. So
Yeah.
there's that. The Kobe deck I would like to try. I don't think it's actually that good, but the Alt-Art 8-cost Kobe looks so good. I saw that the other day for the first time when
Just
they
the
revealed
regular alt looks mad cool too.
it. I don't know if I saw the regular one, but yeah, I don't know. Or maybe the one I saw was the regular one. I don't know, but that card is cool. What's that? 6-on seems busted. I agree. I think it seems really, really strong.
I'm just wondering what kind of gas they're saving for the last few supers that are not shown yet.
For which decks?
For all the starter decks.
Oh, they haven't revealed all of them? I didn't even realize
yeah,
that.
so they only revealed one. The supers were leaked for like the only one of them for each of them, other than the ones that we're already seeing, like the purple Luffy and
Yeah.
Blackbeard.
The Kobe list, Adam? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. All the starter decks seem like they're giving like pretty good cards overall. That'll like
That-
change the meta a little bit at
That
least.
Yamato search card is actually crazy.
I didn't even see that one.
It's like on play, search for a Wano card that's cost 2 or more, but it has 0 power, but has Don times 2, give this character plus 3,000 power.
What the hell?
So you just swing once, your leader hit
Use
goes through,
effect,
and you
yeah.
just use effect and attach it.
Damn, that does seem pretty cool, I guess.
And then they basically added
Free
a
pokes.
Onami to the deck as well. There's a
Like a
Izo
searchable.
that's an on play, yeah, give your Wano leader banish, and it's a Don times 2, it gains blocker.
That deck is super annoying. I mean, it's probably not going to be good enough.
I mean, I think they're probably gonna announce like some boss monster. It might be kind of stupid.
Yeah. I mean, that green one is probably
The green one's really good, but you
Yeah.
know what's it's a better deck in?
what?
Carrot.
Carrot?
Yeah. 'cause
Wait, why?
It's a Minx card.
Oh, it's searchable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, bro, why? Hey, what does James got going on over here, bro?
I don't know, brother.
Yo, guys, James got some crazy, freaky ass artwork over here, bro. Look at this. My Hero Simps, bro. What the hell? This is like pinned to the wall over here, bro. Or maybe Sully put it there. Yo, is Reiju good, bro?
No, just because freaking blue purple is good. You just don't like the support's cool, but like it's still just gonna do like the same thing anyways.
That deck I've always thought was like really cool.
It's really
I don't know.
cool.
It was never quite like good enough in my mind to play.
I always
Unless you're
thought it
just
was
like
good,
turbo
but
high
it's
rolling
like-
every game.
Yeah, I feel a lot of times you don't do the turbo high roll. It's just like damn.
Yeah.
It feels like ass.
But when you do high roll, it's just like holy shit.
Yeah.
You beat
Especially
anything.
I play like BB's a hard matchup for you, and they just don't lead effect when you're going 3 down. You're like, all right, Porsche.
Porsche ECG.
ECG.
Yeah,
I'm like, yep,
GG's.
yeah.
But no deck is beating 4 Porsche. Exactly. That's
how
the
I feel
funniest
about
part.
the freaking.
What's up? I'm just
Now we're
hanging
just-
out.
we're
James went to the
hanging out.
bathroom, so I took over. Well, we took over for a little bit. Yo, Sully, explain this. What's going on over here, bro?
I don't sit there, bro.
Bro, we know you set this up, bro.
I did not set that up. Jarrell set that up.
Who?
Jarrell. He's a Digimon judge.
Oh,
I think you see him sometimes.
okay.
Small Filipino.
I probably, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Likely story. We'll,
Yeah,
we'll have to
yeah, yeah.
investigate James when he gets back.
It's probably James, yeah.
James, 1000%.
James was framed? Nah, it was him. It was him. We know.
I know it's far in the future.
So what do we
but
got? Finals is
Yeah.
finals is Control Shanks versus Blackbeard. So
It's more in BB's.
Common Jesus
I-
W.
I'll say
Yeah.
it's BB favored.
Like he's not. I talked to him. He said he's not even playing Rush Shanks.
That's what I saw. I was
So
like,
he's only on Pop Shanks. So name Terrell. Yo, that's fire. That's a fire name, bro. Oh, I did see those Kobe Dons. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Kobe. Kobe
yeah,
is
I'm not like the biggest.
like the character in the show. Not a fan, bro. I think he's corny.
I mean, these are pretty gas.
Yeah,
I don't know about this
hey, I know.
one looks-
Johnny, James will be on that Katakuri Dons, bro. I don't know what's good there. Freak ass.
Now, where's Magatu at? I know his ass is getting 10 of those Katakuri done.
Holy shit. Bro, is anybody who's still playing?
Yeah, what's
It's
going
probably
on?
Alec, bro.
Probably
Control
like
Shanks goes wide AF with 3 costs. Nah.
What 3 costs?
Yeah, I
He's
mean
gonna
the
play-
only 3 cost is Hongo, bro.
Oh,
They
so
don't
you
even
played
play.
all
They
your
don't. The
Hongos?
Control Shanks doesn't even play the Sanji anymore. Control Shanks doesn't play Sanji. Kobe is number 2 behind. I know a lot of people like him, bro. Yeah, it's a free win for BB. Pretty much. Plus, like Jesus is good,
I'll
right?
go
So I would assume he's
investigate what's going
gonna
on.
he's gonna be able to take care of the matchup. Building Snake's a 1 cost. Bro, there's literally chords in front of the chat, so I have to like lean forward to read like the most recent message. 20 billion Vegapunk block. Yeah, I had to face him earlier. It was tough. It was really tough, but I got him down to like 2 cards, and I just was able to swing 9K like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So I had 2 Sanji Pudding, a Luffy Taro, and 6-drop Luffy on field. And I was at 10 Don because I had the 2 Sanji Puddings the whole game. So I never really went down on Don at all. So I swung 9K 6 times for a game.
Yeah, I
Through
feel
2
like
life and like infinite blockers.
I get so confused by probably playing that deck. I'm like, how much going on in my head?
It is really confusing. Like I literally had to like sit there and I was like, he swung like 9K at lead or 10K at lead. I had 0 cost 2K and a giant in hand, and I was like, I think I just need all 10 of my Don, so I'm just gonna like give him my entire hand to like to not die. I don't even think they're playing Lime Juice anymore though. That's the thing. So like the 3 card, like I don't know. I think that Jesus pretty comfortably wins now that matchup. Without rush units to pressure, like they play like 2 dragons or something now. Yeah, I'm playing Luffy Taros. I'm playing 2 Luffy Taros. 2 Luffy Taro, 3 Rush Luffy. I do want to try out just playing 4 Rush Luffy and no Luffy Taros, but
4 just because you search so much in your deck. Do you really need all 4?
no. I mean, it's like if you're not playing Luffy Taros, I think typically you're on 4 of the Rush unit because you can kind of like spam, but like. James doesn't believe. I think it's really good into Lucci and Shanks if you're able to get it down, and you can do like crazy stuff on like. So if your first Sanji Pudding sticks, you can go like Luffy Taro, Sanji Pudding, and then a 4 cost also. So you can do some crazy stuff. All right, the round's up, so I'm gonna go. James is back.
All right, everyone. Let's see where we're gonna be going into finals.
That seems like a lot. That seems like a lot to me.
Alright, we're just getting set up in our last round of Sully's Abode Locals. We have Jesus on Blackbeard versus Matt W on Shanks. We saw that Matt W is the control Shanks, which I think is probably
Yeah, you sound far away.
I mean, I might just be sounding far away to you, not the stream.
Kuma got it. Kuma. All right. I threw in 2 Luffy Taros, okay? 2 Luffy Taros have entered my deck since since we last talked.
Yeah, I just feel like Luffy Taro is good. Just being able to play Sanji Pudding off that just seems so good.
No limbs on stream, none today, Sam. I believe Silent Seth was top table round 1, but they put I forgot who they put round 1.
He wasn't even playing that. He was playing, I think, Sugar.
Oh, he's playing Sugar now? Oh,
Yeah,
so
I think
then
I
I don't
saw
know.
him play
Our
Sugar.
residential limb player wasn't on limb today.
Yeah. All right. The round started for everyone else.
All right, so time is playing after round started. All right, so we're going into the last round here. Teach versus Shanks, and as we did talk about, it's control Shanks versus Teach. So a lot more
I just
on
think this is
plays.
an uphill battle for the most part on Shanks.
Yeah, especially if Jesus establishes Burgess and Kuzan, nothing can remove them off
Yeah.
the field.
I think Hart mentioned earlier that Matt W does not have any tank cost rush Shanks in his deck.
Really?
I don't even know if he has any rush characters at all, period.
That's very interesting. And you know what? If he is running those events, that explains what he did make some cuts for to be able to fit him in the deck list as well.
I mean, 2 is good, but in this matchup, wouldn't really do anything because I forget that Yuryu's 7K.
Yeah. Definitely interesting. We saw Teach make it all the way to the finals, and it's just GP isn't stopping Jesus here.
I'm not sure if he even played against a
GP
GP.
today. And you know what? It's probably not as prevalent here in the States just because it is very expensive to build GP. It's like
Uh-huh.
$80 just for a base rarity secret.
Yeah. The issue is I don't even want to play that deck, but I want the secret rare just because it's very good in a lot of other decks.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have my black purple Luffy deck, but if I don't have access, it's. I might try it with this new star deck, but even without that rush Luffy, just because you
Yeah,
got the other
you
one
just
now.
won't
that
be
gives
able to
you
play more of like a
7K.
mid-range one.
Yeah, Demise, I don't think I want your alt. That might be a little too far out of my price range.
Dave says you want his alt art. So we do see the Uda pop off here. Looking at top 5 for a Red Hair Pirates or an Utsa card here. And is that Pop Shanks or Ben Beckman?
It looks like there was both. I think there was both the alts in there.
Yep, Ben Beckman is what he's going for.
Would you consider just dropping the building snake right now?
Mhm.
That's what I thought. Just because, if you're the if you're the control version, you're basically on the clock. It feels most of the time
Yeah.
against this matchup. So you might need to be able to swing as soon as you can.
And we do see a My Arrow in all 2Ks, which
Ooh,
is very
that's
unfortunate.
very good for the Shanks player, just so they know that most likely most of your attacks are going through.
Yeah, and you do see a 7K swing here. Probably going to take it here. Could have leader ability 2K, but might as well get your cards while you can.
I know we said that this match might be hard, but we know Matt W's running that event that gives something minus 3K and draw, so those Burgesses might not be as scary as we think they are, because you could just minus 3K up to make them like 5, 6K, and then be able to clear it out.
Yeah. And we do see he did just get a stage here, because it looks like he was kind of lacking in the searching here. Starts off with a 5 and establishes a Kuzan here. Good to establish. Doesn't really have the trash to really bring anything back.
Yeah, I think just because it's on curve, you don't want to I don't think you have anything else to play. If you play a stage, I believe he doesn't
Yeah.
have Burgess or anything else to play.
And we do see that BB blocker, which is also good because it is a 1K counter, so it's just something else to
I
play.
think this is the move where you just attach everything to the building snake, potentially too as well. And just start swinging everything in. Ooh.
Finger pistol, Lucky Roo is probably the best option here. Unless he is just trying to get rid of the building snake for that last potential swing off.
Yeah, he just mentioned that building snake's just sitting there menacingly. I think there's good reason to potentially do it on the building snake.
There is. Obviously, it warrants it because it'll reduce your Burgess down by 3. We do see it just swing out, but again, you can easily just clear the building snake this turn now. I think it was the correct move to get rid of that Lucky Roo. So we do see the board clear, and then now more than likely bringing out the Burgess that was just milled off the finger pistol last turn. Yep. And Burgess should be a 6, maybe 7K currently right now.
I mean, it's going to be getting a lot tougher soon just 'cause now the stage is established.
Oh yeah, very
Looks
quickly.
like there's 2 10 beards in the hand.
Yep, 2 10 drops. Maybe pitching one of the 10 drops. Oh, finger pistol. Yeah, because once we get late game, if you don't have an auger established, more than
Yeah.
likely it's just gonna be big body after big body
Yeah, I'll
pistol.
say he's going to, what is it, the 7, 8 on turn.
Mhm.
They're not going to be Shanks usually's not playing any of that.
Yes, a lot of 2Ks getting pitched.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Matt W's hand. Looks like he's like the backman and like a lucky root, and that really seems about it.
Yep. Establishing that Kuzan is good. So is going to be at 8 Don next turn. I believe pitching for leader ability is going to be the move. You do not want a Lucky Ruda, you know.
I mean, you also still want like a backman, or not backman, Riley come down. You know, won't pop or anything. Just putting both Burgess and Kuzan down 3 and 2.
Yeah, but a backman will be able to remove it because he does have another building snake in hands. Or typically Shanks would Otama backman as well, and we do know he did pick it up last turn. So I think pitching maybe one of these 10 drops is a move. Yep. Yeah, you don't want to risk losing that Burgess here. You want to keep it for pressure.
Yasa. Oh. Yasa would have been very good last turn just to have that power boost.
Yep. He also has the new gate as well, but this new gate isn't going to do nothing against Kuzan and Burgess.
Say, would it be smart to just spam buys out on the board, like having these Hongos or something, but I'm not sure if there is a OPO 10 Shiryu and Crash that could just Kuzan, then take out the, or use Kuzan effect to bring back Shiryu.
And Papa Body?
Yeah.
Has to be a 3 of. Yeah, if he establishes Building Snake.
I think you probably just put Yasop or Backman down for now because you know he's not going to 10 next turn, and then potentially on your next turn, your 10 down turn, you just spam as many bodies as possible out.
Yeah, that is an option. Looking at Jesus' trash, I do not see that 4-cost Shiryu in the trash.
I see Augur and the other Shiryu.
Yeah, and stronger.
Yeah,
That's
doesn't
all
look
we've
like he
been
has
seeing.
much KO potential anymore in his hand or trash.
All his searching has been pitching the 2Ks. So we do see a 5K. Looks like he's contemplating a countering or still sort of healthy. And then this is where it's tricky because typically a Shank still runs some type of rush. So that's why Jesus might be contemplating whether or not to take the swing here.
It's also tricky to counter too because we've seen how many 2Ks that were either searched or removed from my era.
Yeah. And we do see Lucky Roo hitting the field. Looks like he might be opting to just...
Yeah, okay,
Yep.
yeah, just spam the board.
And a lot of reduction. So if he does decide to turn the Burgess sideways this turn, Building Snake and Hongo will reduce it by 5K.
And I believe also that event too, that's another 3K as well.
Yeah, so he will definitely be able to get rid of Burgess if he decided to.
I'm looking, there's like 4 or 5 2Ks I see in trash already.
Yep.
I don't see any.
Ooh.
You have to search for something like
Probably that
What?
Myera.
in my era. Yeah, I think you're trying to find either Doc Q, Shiryu.
Doc Q would be very good to get rid of the Building Snake. I do think the Myera, yeah, finding that and also filling up the trash would be good. And then Kuzan will just bring back the
Lafitte.
Burgess. So might be opting to just try to dig for some cards here.
Yeah, I think Lafitte is probably better at this situation just because you had a further search than my era.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another 10 cost. Liberation's not going to do anything. Another Burgess.
See another Burgess. Could play out Burgess and bring back the other one.
I think, was there another my era in there?
Yeah.
It might just be another.
No, no Myera. Looks like that's Liberation. It's like considering between Teach or
Is there
Burgess.
2 Burgesses in there?
No. It's no, it wasn't. It was Teach, 2 Liberations, I believe, Burgess, and I don't know the last card. He's going to swing 6 to ensure that the swing will either go through or request at least that leader ability. Finger Pistol is a very nice card to see right there.
Not gonna finger pistol. I mean, you're gonna finger pistol the Lucky Roo, but then do you decide to swing with the Burgess?
I could see yeah, does decide it. And now this is where it's risky because he will be able to get rid of the one Burgess. However, we do know he has the other one that might just play out here. And he'll still be sticking at 2 Burgess.
Going down to 2, that's very scary just because of having 2 Burgesses on field and the 10 down turn coming up.
So opts the Finger Pistol that Lucky Roo there, which potentially would have been the character that he swings into the Burgess if Jesus does protect it. So now looks like he's opting whether to pitch for leader ability here. And
I feel like you have to. Just Shane's going to 10.
yeah, but at best you probably see like a dragon attaching 2 Don to something.
But we know but you held a minus on board, so then he could have just did like Building Snake into Backman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is true. Beckman is a thing. We do know he does have it. Sitting at 2 cards in hand, we do know he has 1 Teach in hand, 1 in the trash, and he bottom decked the other one. So he does use that event card.
So 7K body right now. Still, it's going to be a lot of investment to clear it. I think he might have just done it to get the draw, but
Yeah, I mean, he could still Building Snake.
Yeah, honestly, if you don't take one of these birds out, there's a potential for game, even though there's a lot of cards in Mad W's hand. It's Shanks who tend to sometimes be filled with no counter cards.
Oh, and there's the last Teach that Jesus had. So it does swing 5 at life with the Building Snake. However, he still is able to use Building Snake to bring down that Burgess down to a 4K. And still can use the Hongo as well to reduce it another 2, I believe. Or it might just Hongo swing into it. Oh, no. Yeah, it's just going to use the Hongo. Oh, it gives it a -3. About 2K. Yeah, I was right.
Not very often you see a bird just get reduced under 5K. You always see him going up.
Yeah. All right, so we do see, yeah, stop hitting the field. No on-play abilities. However, we are now at 10 drop turn. We do see stage being used possibly for the Black Hole is a good option there.
Yeah, I think that might have been the only option he could have picked from that search.
Yeah.
I think now he just survived long enough just to be able to start chaining these 10 beards.
Yep.
We know that one of them is in trash. I'm not sure if there was 2.
He's got 1 more in hand. So the other one was bottom decked earlier in the search, last turn. The 10 drop, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did bottom deck 1.
Ooh, his hand's not looking good. Looks like there's a lot of non-counter cards in hand.
And at best, Matt W only has 1 swing right now.
I mean, also if you're not swinging, if you're not swinging 12K, he's just gonna get blocked anyways.
Yeah. He'd probably take it sitting at 2 life. And this is where the Control Shanks build is kind of rough, not running the rush package here.
Yeah.
You want to put as much pressure on the Blackbeard here as possible.
I feel like this control build, you might just want to try one of that, or one of the Roger, just to have in your back pocket.
Yeah.
If a game like this doesn't go, start going your way, you at least have something.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like, yeah, a lot of not. It looks like this is multiple Rayleighs, Newgates, and then Divine Departures.
He could have potentially. How much is Divine Departure? It gets rid of an 8 cost, but at what, 6 Don?
Yeah, it's 6 down.
He could. There is a possibility. Building Snake, because I think I did see one in hand. Stage, Divine Departure 10 drop.
That would be crazy. If that's,
It's a lot to ask for, but it is a possibility that he can do. But it just asks for too much, and your turn is basically done.
I mean, getting rid of 110 cost, I feel is better than whatever play he has else. Because you're just going to play out a character that's not going to.
Yeah.
And then he just has the second Blackbeard that could just, whatever big body you try to drop. Yeah, it's also, there's like no counter, so I think.
Oh, 14K at Burgess there. Passes, and then here comes the next 10 drop in Jesus' hand. Swinging 12.
Yep, he just takes it.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, Jesus taking it on Blackbeard.
Yep, Jesus already earns his invite into the new Winners League.
I think he was going to get it anyways. Jesus is a grinder who shows up every week anyways.
Yeah, so there's still a chance, which he is going to still play it out the rest of the league. So he did earn an invite today. However, if he does get first or second place, he can still swap that for a bye instead. So I don't know if they're still going to have the same incentives. Possibly. Obviously, that's the kind of, I guess, a reward for placing top. Other than all that, other than all the prizing you do get today. Oh, you want Jesus on the mic? You wanna interview Jesus?
Do you want to interview him or you want me?
You could interview him if you want.
All right.
I'll grab him for you. Let's see.
I got Jesus and Matt W still talking. James trying to do some persuasion tactics to get him over here. As we mentioned that Jesus got the invite to another one of these Battle for the One Piece events. I'm not sure when this next one takes place. I think our league season is usually 8 weeks. So let me think. From now, maybe like end of July, early August would probably be the next one. I'm not too sure about the dates. Like you mentioned, the Sully's league, or the league at the Abode. Every week you rack up points for this end of the, or I guess, I don't know what we call it, end of the set event, or more just like season. I think, how many people do we have today? 12. So we had 27 in total, which is pretty good turnout. There's always usually a good amount of turnout for the Abode on Wednesdays. It's very highly competitive, so if you're ever in the area on Wednesday, it's a good place to come out to, get some good practice in. It looks like we do have Jesus coming over. Hello. All right, do you hear me?
Hello, yes.
All right, so how was it? How was the finals? I know it was Control Shanks, so did you know it was Control Shanks before you got into the matchup?
Yeah, he told me before, like, the started that he built his list to beat, like, GP, obviously. And he like auto concedes to teach.
Yeah, I was like, did he
And
tell you that he was basically playing like no rush cards in his
yeah,
deck?
he plays no 5 cost, no 8 cost.
I think he said no
So
10 cost Shanks either.
yeah,
The
I think he's
rush.
on the pop ones only. So yeah, it's kind of free because they just don't do anything usually. It's
Yeah,
too
that's what
slow.
we were thinking. Cause like, I think his best turn is just spam out all the bodies he has in hand and just start swinging with
Yeah,
them.
and he got like there was like 6 2Ks in my trash, so I did get lucky. I saw a lot of my 2Ks because he was just poking 5s.
Yeah, I think one of those my eras was like 3-2Ks or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. So, but yeah, they're just too, and then they're small bodies, so you just kill them, and then he has no board going into like his 7 down turn.
What other matchups did you have today?
I got a pretty goat teach bracket, I think. Except for the Zoro, I guess, but yeah, I hit Zoro, Shanks, Jeep, no, blue, green, Rosinante, and Bonnie.
Okay, that does seem pretty good.
Blue, green, Bonnie, Shanks, Zoro, Shanks. So Zoro was like the only like hard one, but it's not a bad matchup, I think.
Yeah, that was scary because we saw at the end, I think Joshua pitched the Machino 2K at the end and he
Yeah.
drew into the other one. So if he had both, that
Yeah.
Magro was going for like 9K.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's guaranteed if he had both. So got lucky, but
So how'd
That's
you
what it is.
change up the deck for EB2? I know it was like you're playing more Liberations than usual. I know
yeah.
before it was like one maybe.
Yeah, I'm running 3 libs, and the goal is literally just to lib them. I think.
Yeah.
So like I'll versus GP, just go even. Play Burgess on 4, then on 6 liberate their Sanji Pudding and Zoro Juro. And then if they do it again, then you lib again, and you just keep poking them with Burgess.
I feel
Hope
like
you get
that is
there.
your way because it's annoying. Just can't leader swing most of the turn.
Yeah, it's annoying, and I find that Luna is like what beats me usually.
Yeah, that's a
'Cause-
pretty independently strong card, but it also is just like relying on you having multiple Burgess, and it could be a
Yeah,
brick
yeah.
in their hand. You
Yeah.
think it's? I'm assuming GP is a tough matchup for you.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest matchup, but you beat like every other meta deck. Because people are like trying to counter GP.
Yeah, it feels
so
weird. A lot of people are countering GP, even though it's not that popular currently, just
Yeah,
because of
hard
how
to get.
yeah, hard it is to get.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna. On Saturday, I played in the Treasure Cup, and I faced 4 GP, 4 out of 9, and I beat one of them. But they didn't feel like that bad. Like it's not unwinnable.
Yeah.
So if you
There doesn't seem like a lot of auto lose matchups currently.
yeah, it's just Dofi, but Dofi like kind of died.
But it's kind of falling
low-key.
off now just because like GP's the
Yeah.
new aggro like tempo deck.
Yeah, so like if 80% of your matchups are not GP, then those are like free wins basically. You beat one GP, you're usually that's
Yeah,
usually a
and
top,
also
right?
I think GP's just a harder deck like a hard deck to pilot,
Yeah.
and so if their user's not
Yeah,
up-
exactly.
that good, you'll be able to punish it just by making better plays.
Yep, that's basically the plan. Dodge the good ones, hit the bad ones, and then just farm all the anti-GP decks.
So you're just gonna run Blackbeard for the rest of EB?
Probably, yeah. I tried learning GP, but I'm
Yeah.
not good. I suck.
I would try learning GP, but I'm not trying to shell out 80 for a 1 secret.
Yeah. I got lucky with my pulls. I bought 2 boxes. I pulled the leader, and then I pulled a regular secret and an alt secret.
Yeah, lucky.
And
I pulled a box. I got Alt Art Sengoku, Alt Art Brook.
Damn.
I didn't even get a Sanji Pudding at all either.
Oh, unlucky. So,
But what plans do you have then for set 11?
well, I was gonna play blue purple. I got all the cards,
But then the starter deck stuff
Yeah.
started coming out.
and Teach looks kind of busted, honestly. So
Yeah,
I
I've
might
been
go Teach.
seeing it's like differing opinions that people are saying, like, nah, the Blackbeard stuff is busted. Others people are saying this shit's ass.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have to play it obviously, but
I mean,
it seems good.
yeah, that Blackbeard card is just independently very strong.
Yeah, and I know people are saying it's good in like Lucci or other
Yeah.
black decks because you can recur it with Rebecca and then do like loop or whatever.
Yeah. I like the what's it called? The Pizarro card. I think it's
Yeah.
very funny and it could actually catch a lot of people
Yeah,
off guard.
I saw like Turbo Burgess list where you don't even play the new you play all blockers. So like the Caribou, the new in 11, it's like a 2K one
Yeah.
cost blocker.
I saw a lot of people trying like not playing that in Japan. Like it's just 2K. It's also a blocker.
Yeah, it's super good. The list I saw that I liked were running it. So you just play like those and like Vasco, and maybe the new blocker that's like cost 1 or whatever, depending on the meta, because they can't bounce it with like the 8 cost Luffy. And you just play Burgess, you play the Pizarro, and you just go face and just try to kill it with all your blockers.
I'll say one drop 5K power just seems very scary.
Yeah, it's definitely. And if they attack it to it, it's a block, right?
Especially
So,
no one's removing that just because you're Blackbeard.
yeah,
Unless
they
they're
can't kill
like-
it for free.
Yeah.
They have to attack into it, and so it's basically a blocker also if they swing leader at it.
Yeah, and also,
So-
just defer pressure because you're not going to leave
exactly.
that up there.
Yeah, free
And then it
5K.
feels like a lot of times at the points, like, you don't really need to use stage effect later on if you had, like, the cards you need.
Yeah. So it might be good. But I'm waiting for the Bonnie one. I'm hoping we get maybe like a little Supernova Jimbei. 5 cost, play a 5 cost.
Nah, that would
Protect
be
your board from
that'd
KOs.
be so giga. Dude, if they make it like a Dofi Taro for that, it would be super
Oh
good.
my god, I'm
I
hoping.
mean, they already do. It's called Rodanante, but a searchable one.
Yeah, give me a searchable Rosinante. Like play a 5 cost, your board can't be KO'd for a turn, and
Yeah.
we're cooking.
I just hate that they're giving us our Queen equivalent is a secret rare
Yeah.
that has like a very conditional.
Yeah, I have to play it, but like, if it is good, like to
yeah.
get the effect, but I don't know how consistent you get.
I mean, I think it'll be kind of consistent because you just go Mihawk into that and
yeah,
you block her
that
up.
combo is good for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, but that Mihawk is probably to save a lot of the problems.
it's good. I know. I'm kind of thinking Zoro is the play.
That's what I'm thinking too. I'll
So-
probably be just playing. I mean, I also just wanted to play it originally.
Yeah.
But also because that new Tishigi I saw, that I was like, this
That card's
card
busted,
is
and you swing
insane.
8/8. So like,
That's
that's
like, and
so
you
good.
rest anything, because if you play it on curve,
Yeah, on
you
curve.
rest anything they play, you
8/8.
basically kill it, and then you swing 8 at least.
It's so good, yeah. So it might be Zoro play instead of Bonnie, but we'll see. The Drake 2K is good for both of them.
I think it's just good in general.
Yeah, you have to be a Supernova leader. I think it's leader
Yeah.
locked, but
Well, yeah, I mean, but like in the Supernova, like
it's
we
like
use-
it should be the staple 2K, I think.
Yeah, because I think you don't really need the EB Apu that much anymore. I think the what's it called, the starter deck Apu is more prevalent now just because there are a lot of Luffy decks running around with
Get the giant, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see, but the 2K is good. I'm happy. I think 2 cost Teach was a common, right, in the Dofi starter deck,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that card's broken, so we could get another common broken maybe.
I hope so.
So
I was just
and an
hoping
SR.
like there was some good like 6-7 cost unit.
yeah,
I feel like, I mean, we have Hawkins right now, but it's like I'd rather have something that's like a little more proactive, and you're only in 7 toady, and a lot of times you don't just rip that in 7.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
you're me. I feel like every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna play it.
yeah, for sure. So we'll see.
See, yeah,
Hopefully it's busted.
yeah. I mean, the rate they're going, I think the next 2, the rest of the next 2 this weekend.
Yeah, but I don't know which ones.
I'm just hoping for my 10-12 vanilla buggy character.
Oh yeah, I heard.
That's
That
literally
sounds
like
good though.
It's like literally the best card you could add for
Yeah.
the deck.
It's a 5 cost 12K.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like how you were saying that law. I'm excited to play the new law Beppo and Carrot.
Yeah, it feels like it's better.
And they announced a new Carrot card, the Inarashi.
Yeah, that card's
seems
good.
pretty
I think.
good.
Yeah. I don't remember if it was leader locked, but I thought it was just good.
It
generic.
probably is
I
just
don't
because. Oh, hold on. Let me.
But it was good, and it's slash. Well, it's slash because you can search it in Zoro, but
That's all the.
it is just good in carrot.
Oh yeah, no, it is not leader locked.
Yeah, because I was thinking about Bonnie, but it's not searchable, so probably not.
Yeah, I mean, also in Carrot 2, the stage, you just do that effect, rest,
Yeah, yeah.
stun something, you stand back up. You have your 7K for next turn if you need to stun something again.
Carrot, low key.
I
It's
was
getting
thinking
there.
about building that today. I was just because stage with Carrot is like so annoying,
Yeah, rest Burgess.
and then just
Like,
restand your
yeah,
Carrot then
it's
at the end of the turn.
yeah. Freeze all of GP stuff.
Yeah. And you have like the top. Now you have the top 7 searcher for the
Yeah.
stage if you don't have it.
Maybe.
Well, I don't want to keep you here too long. You gotta probably go collect your prizing for today.
Yep. Sounds good.
Well, thanks
Thank you.
for the interview, and that's going to be it for today's local. Like we mentioned, Jesus is already in the winners event for this season. But I'm assuming he'll probably grind the points to get first again. All right, everyone, just bear with me. I'm trying to figure out the technical stuff. I don't think there's anything else we have to set up for the rest. But that. Wait, James. Do anything other than end stream?
That's it.
Yeah. We just had our interview with Jesus. We're just.
All right. That is the end of stream, actually. Yeah, that is the end of locals. Jesus is probably taking home pretty much a box since there was 29 people here today. Reminder that since he did win, he does have his invite to the Sully's Abode one-piece tournament. I believe we're going on for 8 weeks, so this is week 1,
Yeah,
right?
this is week 1 again,
Yeah.
7 more weeks, and then we get another fight going.
Yeah, so 7 more weeks. Whoever gets first place at the locals will get their invite. Losers tournament, and then of course top 10 also for the league will get in.
Do
So
you have the exact date of when the next event is?
So it's gonna be after 8 weeks.
So-
We're gonna skip a few weeks with the pure leases.
Yeah.
Well-
But I think after that it's gonna be normal. It's countdown.
there you go.
Yeah, so I
just-
think if we time it out, it's maybe end of July, early August would line up for the next one potentially.
Yeah, well, definitely tune in every Wednesday. Reminder, this Saturday, Sunday, there are Treasure Cups, so we will be commentating our Treasure Cups here at the Abode. Subscribe, follow the Twitch. Make sure you guys are subbing to the channel to get rid of the ads. You get the Tier 1 emotes that we do have above somewhere right here. So
Yeah, you can
definitely tune back in.
You can listen to
and-
James without ads interrupting you every week.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Put
we'll
money in
catch-
Sully's pocket.
That's crazy.
That's the last thing you want to
Cash you
do.
guys out 25%. That's wild.